All right, we're good, we're good. All right, what's up? One second, one second. Let me make sure everything's good, everything's live. All right, we're good on Twitch. We're good on YouTube. What's good, everyone? Happy partner anniversary. Holy shit, it's been a year. Wow, that's actually crazy. Give me 1 second. All right, what's good, chat? Slumpies, appreciate the sub, tier 1. Thank you. Scrimsay, no, we're off today. So just a bunch of VOD today. You're streaming the map now? Well, this is the VOD, so this is already public. We'll just break down some stuff. I'm probably not gonna do searches like I usually don't, but we'll break down like respawns a little bit, talk with you guys in chat. After we go over our maps, I'm just gonna watch a bunch of dealership because we didn't play it this weekend, but a bunch of other teams did. So I just want to see what they're doing.
First map here of the
What's good, everyone?
Oh,
that is very loud.
Till then, ladies and germs, let's dive into this one. Opening gambit goes the way of the OpTic boys. Their kills.
Wait, let me make sure my pen is good. 1 second. Can I draw here? There we go. All right, we're good. We're set.
No time. Once again, on board with Gio. And Chancey talked about this a little bit before the match started, but a very comparable lineup on both teams. And you've got aggressive players.
Oh, 1 second, chat. I'm muted. We're back, chat. Sorry about that. Holy shit. Dude, literally as soon as I start my stream. At least we didn't get into anything before I had to actually just tend to that real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright, we're still up and running. Cool. Yeah, no, it was a water filter in my fridge. Alright, let's get into this.
It's a great square up series. I mean, you know, if you're thinking about you want to pack a punch Nero, I think you just get.
I do not know if they're gonna un-GA anything with the new Jackal. That's actually gonna be really important because tomorrow I guess will be the first scrims that we'll have with the new patch. I want to see how it plays out, or like what everything ends up being.
Final 10 seconds of P1 come to a close. P2's got OpTic players all over it for now. Astro's going to... Don't say indeed.
Wow, look at that. We start taking rows. Because of Kyler's play, he takes a super duper long route, gets one for it, ends up dying, but with him spawning this guy out, it makes for our P2 row like a lot easier. You'll see number 3 spawns out, but also I think Ken's gonna spawn out here, or whoever's first. Oh, that's Geo. We spawn back P2. We're gonna have numbers into this situation. It's a good job.
So OpTic takes the snail. In the driver's seat, we test Rocker on the retake chance. Here we go. And credit to Hoog as well for being the man that sets himself up for the team. So Route Man gets paid, and you get paid with hill time. Stuff so far. Shotsy up top. If anyone's gonna dance around the elevator, well,
this is all good adjusting. Adjusting to where we spawn. Obviously, this guy is coming towards our right side. We double spawn in the back tree. We gotta make sure that we just pick this up. And we end up doing that. We also have to adjust, obviously, this piano guy breaking. He kind of finesses Ant for a second. But we end up killing number, what is it? Number 5? Or I guess we don't kill number 7 yet, but we kill number 5 first. Number 7 tries to go underneath the couches, and Brandon's able to get him from the tree. Good trades all around. It's a good P2 hold. Caesar dies on the right. We know that they're probably going to try and hit the right. You see number 1 and 4 both trying to work it. Ken gets a really good 2-piece. But again, we still have, what's it called? We still have our guy in the hill. Unfortunately, in this situation, with them, number 8 and number 5 breaking for both sides, we're just going to spawn out. So that's the positioning that Ken's going to be able to get from that 2-piece. He spawns number 1 out. You see here? So they're going to have reinforcements quicker than us.
Forward we go once again, ladies and gentlemen. Open hardpoint. 20 to go. Shotsy the only man for OpTic here, and it looks like Rocker. Oh dear. I don't want to call it a break just yet, because Shotsy is still alive and still at large. I mean, still at large, but at least Minnesota.
So we row over towards P3. Obviously, you see Caesar's already at new, and it's going to be playing with him. Brandon is playing for, you know, first off the block once the hill time's going to expire, but also for anyone that had taken bed routes or even spawned towards this way and might be trying to hit our flank. We get a trade on number 5. Ant should have a free kill front side. Bing, boom, whatever. Get those kills. One of them is going to be able to get on time. The other one might be able to push out towards front. And Ant gets that kill. Huge. So biggest thing for this rotation, again, need a guy blocking. That's going to be Caesar in this situation because Caesar had died. He was the last guy to die. He picks up the pinch and block. Brandon can now flow into time. And from this situation, there's like a couple of things you could do, right? So you can play a line through the hill. You can have number 2 push mid and play for them to go this way and block them if they're going mid. And basically those are your only real options. Like you're not going to do anything else really, but you have to figure out where they're coming from. So like obviously number 8, Geo's already towards P1. So I'm assuming they're going to try and break through the middle. If your first guy is like alive in a specific area, most of the time you're just going to flow towards him. And maybe last guy plays like, on the other side with just the timing. So like a lot of times you have like 3 guys go middle because this first guy's already gone out towards P1, And then the last guy off spawn will just play like a lurk pinch over here. We don't have scrim today. We have scrims tomorrow. Scrims on Monday or there's no scrims on Monday. It's off day. So you see number 5 and number 6. Well, number 6 actually played for the possibility of someone pushing out front. But you see number 5, Ken, is flowing towards P1. Now that they get the opening towards this front side, now you could see, you know, 7 also working with number 6 because they got this pick. Brandon, because he realized that Ants died towards the front side, he adjusts from watching middle to now watching the front side to help out Kyler. Kyler's going to be playing on this heady, watching his U's.
Over the kitchen once again, folks. Slightly change here. Bruce starting to get things going. A little slow start to the map. Can he find himself a couple more in kitchen? Yeah, sure can. Lines up, finds another one. Good time all for a second. Rocker with a mid-map break. His Skies in the back line.
So trades end up going down. It looks like Ant and Kyler both followed up towards middle just to get mid control to be able to finesse, because if these guys are in like trade battles and staying alive as much as possible, them getting mid control is really important for like just keeping the hill, most likely. Have teams considered using slipstream to get rid of tack sprint? Well, tack sprint is just better, but if you mean like GAing tack sprint and everyone just using slipstream, I don't think it's been in discussion yet. I feel like it would be cool, but that's just me because I'm, I guess, an unk now, and I like how older CODs played without tack sprint.
A lot of kills, a few more as the Warlord keeps dancing at 12 and 4. Yeah, he is thriving and frying at the moment. Him and Hook is a dynamic duo that when they have the hot hand, I mean, they're just the juggernaut. They will run you over and dominate games. So OpTic right now.
Okay. So this, we're holding a great P3. Don't get me wrong. Again, they try and break through middle. I think Caesar just gets caught in a very awkward spot here. So Ant is watching his front side. He doesn't see anything, so we should know that they're coming through middle. The only problem here is that once Caesar realizes, he sees 2 people on his screen. Once Caesar realizes this, he just tries to get out with his life, or like try and at least finesse a little bit. But they're just all aping him once they see him. So he's kind of caught in a pretty, just like a pretty awful position, unfortunately. Like in this moment. And once they get this kill, it's so massive, because not only do you have to have one guy on time, you also need to have one guy blocking, right? And this guy blocking, once he realizes they killed this guy low bed, he has to be so worried about them breaking from middle, from top, from bottom to flip out, because this guy's died now. So they have all these avenues to work with. And it's just one guy to kind of like basically defend his base over here, if that makes sense. So you see, if I'm Kyler right now, I'm tweaking because Caesar died. So he's like, oh shit, they can literally be everywhere here. So he's playing on the stone stairs. He's just playing for them not to take this route. Unfortunately, they end up doing it. Them taking this route means that number 3 is going to spawn out. And now they flip.
Plenty to look forward to, but for Rocker, the first like sort of rotation battle they're actually going to win. Assume they can lock it down. Still 10 seconds of scrap time going to be flowing through, but Rocker look forward. They're just the juggernaut at the moment. Him and Hook is a 12 and 4.
I think the better, I mean, either Caesar doesn't go low mid like this, or he goes low mid and Ant pushes off to help him towards Jim. I think having one guy mid here is kind of the problem. If you had to ask me, I think if maybe Ant had pushed off the time, bumped up, Brandon gets time. The thing is, we don't know if anyone's coming front side yet. It's not until like basically this moment that we know. So the only chance I think Caesar has of staying alive is if Ant were to have helped him low Jim. I think this combo of him being low Jim and him also being mid works. But then it requires Ant to get off time and possibly leave Brandon in some like 1v1 or maybe even a 1v2 situation. So it's a little hard to decipher where they're going to be coming from, I guess.
At the moment, him and Hook is a dynamic duo that when they have the hot hand, I mean, they're just the juggernaut. They will run you over and dominate games. So OpTic right now, plenty to look forward to, two, but for Rocker, the first like sort of rotation battle, they're actually going to win.
No, we're not scrimming today, Shanks.
10 seconds of scrap
Or
time
not Shanks.
flowing through, but Rocker at least have those right side spawns. But right now, they don't have the bodies. And both players do spawn in time, so an opportunity to get back in the mix.
What a battle that one was. Well, it doesn't matter too much. It just allows the fellas of Rocker to set up. All through grass now. Setup is in place, though. Rocker should have eyes on this. Esther with tags and a hook on the back line. You force them forward. Trade battle continues, and now no one able to make too much of this. Hook, a slippery customer. What a win there. Helps Skies find the kill in the Kenny, and that could have been the break. Here comes Nero in the time. Dashy trying to find something. What a snap on a Geo.
It was close to being a break.
No break. Rocker hold.
Wait, why can't I control this? There we go.
Too much. It just allows the fellas of Rocker to set up. All through grass.
So the problem, okay, the first problem here is, okay, we streak. Obviously, unfortunately, we don't get anything for it. We try and break from the right. Only problem is we just got to kill P1. And because we're not blocking like the short spawn, Ken just spawns here. And when Ken's here, they know we're flowing through the right. And we don't have anyone to actually break from the front side. It's just a recipe for disaster. So that's why you see like Kyler kind of cut after, who is it? Brandon dies. So we like cut front. Caesar gets one kill. Kyler tries to finesse over here. He ends up getting some teamwork with Caesar to kill this guy. But I think the problem here is Nero ends up getting a two-piece. Nero two pieces, Caesar and... Oh, Jesus. Nero two pieces, Caesar and Ant. And with him two-piecing Caesar and Ant, that just opens everything up because if we were able to trade that guy instantly, we start blocking the spawns. Sorry, I missed where we were at because I pressed back by accident. Oh my god. There we go. That two-piece fucks everything up. Now you could say, oh, Kyler should like run out here, but he's at 13 health and he thinks that they are basically spawning close here. These guys are actually spawning deep, but I think in this moment, he doesn't realize that he had blocked, or that we had blocked like the close right spawn. So it's very risky for him to do that. And him staying alive here is very, very important because it's just good positioning, good progression. It's just Nero getting this two-piece kind of fucks everything up for this break. We had to trade that guy in the shower.
What a snap on a Geo. No kill, no break. Rocker hold. Yeah, and how about Emperor Nero inside the hill going on the 4 spree? That is a monster moment where if OpTic break through.
How did... Wait, I didn't know this happened. Wait, how did Caesar fall off the map? I've never seen someone fall off the map on that side of the map. You always see it on the P1 side. What the fuck? Caesar, what were you doing, bro? Happy partner anniversary. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. It's actually crazy. It's been a year since I did the partnership stuff.
From time as well, so that's going to be a Hellstorm in the back pocket. 11-9 overall. Nice lead here for Rocker. Going in our second set, can they keep this pace up again? OpTic Texas, everyone looking absolutely fine in the kills department. Shotsy the big man now on stage, finding kills. 3 dead though there. From going in our second set, can they keep this pace up again? OpTic Texas there, folks. Nice fire spree from Nero from time as well.
We need to pick up this vent route. We just got to be aware of it.
Nice lead here for
We don't see anything for a while. They're off hold. We should just be obviously aware of it. They flip out for the P2 or like going into the P1. How do we still oh. Because so Ken wanted to stay pushed out, which I think is a good play if you have everything blocked. He thinks that someone's on their side, like hard blocking though, so that he can do this and just play a line through it. But you see Caesar spawns out. Because if they stay hard blocking, we get put into a kind of like a demon.
I don't know if they're going to be entirely reading the spawns though. Geo, a delicate moment in the hill, and he just needs the protection that he's not going to get. Skies gives you 2, and Geo's going to fall as well. So you already see that Nero has a Hellstorm.
That's good trades. So we get back the spawn because we kind of got gifted to it. Holding time. They're going to start streaking here. We have one guy top T, one guy basically piano watching over the guy in time. P1 is a great time to streak. It's just the most open out of all the hills. He gets one with it, but Geo ends up dying. And Gio is in a prime position to kill this guy in time. I think Ant just finessed really well to not be able to get seen on time, and I guess he just turns and burns on Gio. Because Gio doesn't get a kill there, we stay on this side. But I mean, even if he did get a kill, we were still gonna have this side because of where Brandon was. You gotta pick up the right. They realize Ken got a 2-piece. We need to kill this guy. So that's Ken getting another 2-piece to the left here. Same thing as the P1, the first P2 to rotation. So they're all fold. We just gotta make sure we're picking up this rotation. 14 seconds left. Him getting the 2-piece on Kyler Brandon fucks this whole rotation up. Guaranteed. Because those 2 kills signal to the rest of the team to just ape time. And we have to find Ken. So they ape time. Ant's the last one alive. He's already weak. So he's just trying to stay alive at all costs pretty much. Try and finesse. He gets one. Unfortunately, he doesn't get another. We actually do end up spawning in the back here anyways, because it's still P1 time, and actually it's like a white time spawn from P1. I think we kind of get blessed there, but it's whatever. Okay, I saw this. I talked about this the other day. I saw this on the flank. I thought Octane was right with this shit. You need to kill Estriel here. You know you got 3 down. You need to kill Estriel. You can't leave him be. It's just unfortunate we never actually checked this corner. That's the problem. I mean, it's very hard to deal with. He gets like a kill and finesses to make Caesar have to worry about him, which opens things up for everyone else to break on through. We're scrimming Tuesday. I don't know why Caesar said that. Why did he say that? Maybe he meant we're not scrimming today? Well, you need to kill Estriel there. Nero makes a play finessing P2. I think one of the biggest things for these P2s is just staying alive, finessing, and making them look for you. It's actually so like simple, but it creates so much chaos, because as long as you're like blocking at least one of the spawns, and maybe you're blocking both, you're just buying time for your spawners to come back in.
Getting there on that push here. See if this P2 can be any better. Nero dancing through time, trying to stay alive. Again, the only man upstairs for now. Big win on a Shotzzy. Next man in, not going to be there. Estriel softens that blow. The final 15, and it should go the way of Rocker. A perfect 30-point hold there. Halfway through that P2, they turn it on. And Kenny knows to play for their
Big kills on the rotation. It could have been really bad if Kyler, or if Ken wins this one-on-one on Kyler, this whole thing gets fucked up. That's a big win. It's also a big win towards the middle side. Ant holding middle. That's huge. Now we know one guy's on time, and we know that Gio is here front side because he's weak. We had a gunfight with him.
You're shutting down on the funny business, but right now, bigger problem. The lead is going to be pretty massive. OpTic, you want to chain these hills back to back together, and they're off to a good start. Gio's going to fall. The pinch there from Shotzzy, absolutely perfect. Frankly, OpTic just needed a trophy to keep.
Good job. Good activation by Ant. Get the kills front side. We adjust to it.
Undeniable. Him and Hook wiping the feed.
A pair for both of them. Now Hardpoint went again. OpTic with a decent holds.
I saw this on the flank too. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Ben, I love you, but the take was kind of faded with Brandon. Brandon needs to watch our back. He needs to watch our stone, and he needs to watch our underground or low bed push through. He cannot also watch you. He can't watch everything here. Especially, I mean, you have 2 options. If Kyler's going to take this route, which like Ant just did, I think he was just with him too. You have two options.
Both of them now. Hardpoint went again. OpTic with a decent.
You either have Ant stay here and play like low Jim with Kyler so that they're both here. Again, like kind of comboing mid. And number 3 just plays his front and tries to be a hard kill in case they wrap towards the front. Or Ant pushes through, make sure that he's playing this side, that they can't from front, and then they just adjust to anyone that might be coming mid. Brandon, still watches this both. But he has to play for the possibility of Estiel obviously going vent and hitting a route like this, or just hitting a route through low mid if we had the time for it. There is or even top mid, and he goes like down the stairs. So we need to play for these possibilities as we route, because we cannot get flipped out for the next hill. Problem here is, I think Estiel just makes a really good heads up play. Kyler gets 1-for-1 traded. Estiel, instead of hitting the full route, he just cuts mid with his team, and they break through mid. That's the problem here. I think them breaking through mid is kind of on, it's kind of on Kyler and Ant. Like I feel like they need to work better together. I think if Kyler's going to do that route, I think Ant kind of needs to be with him. Or Ant make sure that they can't come front so they don't have to keep watching this for such a long time, and then they just play for front. Or, sorry, play for you. But this is a good route by Estiel. He just cuts back because his teammate needed help. Piano, they end up trading him anyways, and since he's already here, he's just going to work with number 5 to break from you.
So again, this P3 has been a delight for OpTic. Estiel finally now slips the net, cuts 2. The trophy gets turned inside out as well. Snaps are there, rotation on as well, and this could be huge. Kenny on the flank. Kenny gets the.
And then Kenny ends up securing it with the 2-piece.
Oh, that's revenge on Hook as well.
So that all happens because that one play breaks down for us.
Well, we talked about the best hill from OpTic, maybe being the initial P2 or P3. The best hill for Rocker was this P4. You do Dashy though, able to actually get on a time first, so everybody has to turn their attention his direction, and he wins at least the first gunfight at a time. That opens up the map. Shotzi able to flank him while Geo.
This is a great route by Ant, by the way.
The best hill for Rocker.
This is a super risky route, but I fuck with it so hard.
Able to actually get on a time.
And look at the timing that Estiel gets on him. Oh my god. I mean, it's I love the route. Obviously, he probably doesn't think this guy spawned white because the hill like just popped. He thinks he spawned in the back. But he goes through their side U. Estiel passes through our side U. And this little timing where they can't see each other literally makes the break for us. So you'll see they pass. Boom. Estiel doesn't see Ant. That means Ant completely got through. Number 8 and number 5 both are nowhere thinking that someone could be behind them because of where 6 is spawned and what he has for the team. He's probably saying, I have all of your left. I literally have all your left. Just watch your top and bottom and you're good, right? Problem is, Ant gets through. Brandon actually wins a 1 on the guy low bed, which opens things up because they have to, number 5 and 8 both have to trade him. So they're not even watching their top stone, which you'll see later on is very, very important. Number 2 ends up hitting this. He gets 1 kill, gets traded out. But again, since they didn't pick up their top stone because they had to kill Brandon on time, boom, Kyler is there for the trade. He's going to kill Geo. We get the back. Last guy on hill. Estiel has to play a gunfight because he's alone on hill. Teamwork. Really good job. And again, chat, I'm telling you, think about how many plays literally get generated because of a timing like this. That break is all this timing. Insane, right? One little timing like this, and a break actually happens and is generated from it. You see the chain of events that lead up to this break. The timing, low U. The timing because Brandon gets a kill, so they have to trade him. No one picks up stone. Kyler was one who went to, stone, ends up breaking 2v1 on hill. Insane, right?
Able to flank him while Geo deals with him. The pressure overwhelming. Dashy kicks the entire sequence off, and all of his teammates deliver.
And it's a really good hold from there, I'm pretty sure.
Breakthrough time. What a hard point this is going to be. Let's go to Minnesota Rocker
Maybe you don't. I don't remember what happens in this hold. I remember what happens in the last hold, but let's see what happens here. I mean, a little mixy. Still trades are fine though. Nah, that's fine. That's good trades. Westicles, appreciate the sub with Prime. Thank you. How do you make good timings? Is there a couple of tips you can mention? Not hesitating. You know, you're going to be taking risks. There's a really good chance that he just gets seen. You know, 9 times out of 10, he just gets seen by Estral and he dies, unfortunately. So you have to, you know, take risks. You have to not hesitate. Let's say he hesitated for 1 second on what he wanted to do. Boom, he's here. Estral comes here. Estral sees him, kills him. So committing to a play, obviously, first off, reading the map well, but committing to it, not hesitating is your best bet to not fuck up timings every single time. That's why it's very important to be smart with the play that you're making, because if you can make a decision and make it quick and make the right one, most of the times out of not, you'll be rewarded for it. Serious question, no trolls. Why don't we rotate on certain maps and hills? I feel like our rotations need to be better against top teams. I completely agree. It's a matter of, I think, one time, or sometimes it's sunk cost. Sometimes it's feeling that they have the timing after pushing a hill and taking a risk like that, or taking a timing that they could rotate off of that next spawn, but they don't have the positioning to do it. Or it's the fact that we did rotate and people think we didn't rotate, but we just fucked up the rotation. I think there's 3 separate things there. It's Fitz. Appreciate the sub prime. Thank you. But I agree. I think there are a lot of times that we're just a little bit late. I know me and Dave have been saying it. That's one thing that we really need to work on this week. Is just at least, you know, being there first, you know, at least taking the effort to be there first each time for some of the hills. What does VOD stand for? VOD is just video on demand. It's just it's basically like film for any esport. That's just how people say it. Okay, so this is, you'll see a lot of times teams are taking this route. I think they were talking about on the flank yesterday. I was listening to the flank in the gym. I think, who was it? It wasn't Paco. Was it 04? Oh no, yeah, it was Paco. Paco takes this deep route. Sometimes you see teams take it from the stone stairs, but it requires you to be blocking. That was the problem with the LAT thing. They weren't full on blocking. The guy ends up spawns in the back, right? Here, Ken takes the route. It's a good route because we all just spawned and are just on this hill. He takes the route. At least you need to be like kind of like super deep. You have one guy that's pretty fucking deep, you know, if you're going to take that route. And then it works. Or you do it with the right kill timing so that we're not actually spawning in that specific area or that specific timing. So yeah. You think should be able to calm during maps? I think there's a skill gap with communication and with IQ in COD that I don't think so, but I think there should be like timeouts in search and like a one timeout in search or control or something. I think that would be cool. Nero doesn't block, he moves forward, very risky. Yeah, it's risky, but also like Ken's doing it on a timing where they had died, so they're gonna spawn first before number 2. So if you die first, that's fine because you're gonna get the spawn. It's a problem when no kills happen, you get the first kill, or like your team gets the first kill and it works out. So you can do the timing, or you can do it without. You either have to hard block or you have to be the first one not to die. Or sorry, the first one to die, so you get the spawn. I mixed that up. That's a big 3 by Geo.
What a comeback. OpTic takes us right back into this one. Rocket, not a bad listen in. They've got themselves a good hold here for P2.
So Ken is just destroying us on this fucking lane, by the way. So I talked about the rotation of P2. I talked about when we were on this side and Ken was getting 2 pieces this side. This time they have the rotation. He picks up the right early because he needs to. It's 15 seconds left. We are going to be trying to take these routes because they know they killed us off of P1. In order to help break P2, you see a lot of teams going through kitchen to work this. Every team is going to do it. He picks it up quickly. Unfortunately for us, he gets another 2 piece on this side of the map into the P2. And that's a big 2 piece because it's going to be the start of the hill when we spawn back up. So Ant's going to lead the way. He goes vent here. How did that team nade happen? What? I don't remember this. Did Caesar fuck up his nade? Caesar must have fucked up his nade. Oh, he tries to nade P1, but he nades like the top cat and it bounces down on Brandon. Is that it? Is that what happened? That's actually crazy. Huge win by an Ant on the hill. He takes the vent route, is waiting for his teammates. Figures he takes the timing, through zip, gets a kill. That kill plus the kill that Kyler has on this right side is so massive. Wait. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I can. Okay.
This time Dashy getting effectively naded by his team. Dashy had a major hand in breaking it down. This time Dashy getting effectively naded by his teammates. That's because of the Semtex from Minnesota Rocker, but
I think Loki, the problem here might be that in my opinion at least, Ken already has the right. So I don't think Estrel needs to help him out here. I think he just got 2 kills on the right. They're not coming right. I think Estrel should help out something else. It's weird because he's in an awkward position because he is low gym, or sorry, not low gym, but like low bed here. But him going to the right, unfortunately, gives himself this timing with Kyler where he doesn't see him. Honestly, this is just another timing thing that just fucks him over because in another world, Kyler is over here off spawn and he just kills him for free. But I feel like you got to trust that Ken has the right. And you just stay out mid and help mid. Maybe that's nitpicky. I don't know. And then because those 2 kills go down, Ken has to reinforce the hill. And he has to chalk up a guy over here because he knows Ant got a kill towards front side. So now it's just chalk for them. We just teamwork Ken. He gets 1, but he's going to get eventually traded. And now they're all swanning out. What do you think has the highest COD IQ currently in the league in all time? I don't know, because I haven't coached everyone. But I will say Ken is probably the smartest player I've ever coached. I'll give him that. In terms of like game sense. I think actually, I mean, it's pretty close. I've coached like a lot of really smart players, but I think his game sense is on another level.
To go on it. It has not been a great hold for either squad.
Now the game of keep away continues. And while Dashy's going to be in the time, you see he's getting surrounded.
You better end him. 4-man have to bring him down. If you get that 1 shot call and a shot, so you better back up over the top. You have to Texas now in the driver's seat. Shotzi, the first line of defense. Skies in the backup.
Okay, this is the importance of being able to adjust based off of other teams' comms. I think this is a big play by Ken because think about what just happened here. He kills Brandon P1, right? What is our call out? 1 guy kitch, right? 1 guy kitch. What does Ant have to react to? He has to react to a 3rd guy kitch because he just killed 2 people, or we just killed 2 people. Caesar killed him, right? So instead of just hitting kitch, because he knows 1 guy is going to be playing for him here, he cuts over towards piano Jesus, dude, I keep pressing this, man. My bad, chat. I was in the zone too for that one. There's a button on my pen that is like a back button. I gotta reprogram that. Okay. Where is it? It's later on, right here. Oh my god, where did we... Okay, here. So he just wins a 1v1 on Brandon. The call out is low kitch. He had just killed 2 people, so he's expecting the 3rd guy to be here. While he's looking here, and he has to tend to it because he knows that there was 1 guy here, Ken cuts over towards piano. We have 2 people, cat, that are gonna hit the front. So they actually have a 3v2 on time at this point. Because Ant has to worry about his right. We end up getting kills front side, but they get the kill towards white plat. They start blocking the spawn, or this spawn. We're actually still spawned towards tree, but they keep the time white, and now they shot the back, and that's how they end up breaking this with reinforcements with number 2 spawning out. Yeah, basically magic. The call out is 1 guy kitch crossing, so Ant has to play for him. It's not until like a little bit later that he realizes the guy's not hitting it, and that little timing creates the timing for the break. This is a situation where I think we fucked up as well. Kind of like we're like half rotating because we're hitting old, expecting to spawn back out new. But with the kills that we're getting, we're actually spawning them out because we're blocking the spawns, both of them. Number 6 spawns out, even though we should have had rotation here. If anything, they should be spawning bed, but because we end up blocking both the spawns here, they spawn behind us, and it completely fucks the rotation. Because Estriel gets a kill, stays alive. He opens things up for Geo to reinforce. Even number 5 can just reinforce because they've realized that, you know, they're on time first. You just got to ape the hill. Last guy plays P1. Really good play by Nero. He gets a 2-piece. We try and rely on Kyler pinching. He gets 1 but dies anyways. And now we're spawning like this. And it's a very, very tough fucking hill to break sometimes, especially with the guy P1. So that's a case where the rotation completely fucks us over. Great rebreak, but this is, I swear, them just scamming because Estriel dies to Brandon just beaming him. And whoever, oh, there was also, no, it was a team kill. Geo team kills Estriel, and he gets the kill on Geo as well. So Brandon technically gets a 2-piece. So I think this is just them scamming, unfortunately, for them. Like, that should have been a really hard situation for us. And then we do well with the trades to keep them off time. Kyler stays alive. He buys time for his team while they're trying to like reinforce. Stays alive, keeps the progression. Ant's gonna take a route. I think they're gonna pick him up though here. Yeah, they do. Yeah, and good routes by our guys going mid. Good routes by our guys going mid. And they get some kills, but how did they die here? Why don't they just sit down on time? Oh, I think Estriel tries to get on time. He dies for it, and then Nero tries to get a trade on it. That fucks everything up for them. Could they have done something different here? I feel like if they just chill on time for a little bit, they would have got up to 244. Would have been much easier. I don't know. Maybe again a nitpick, maybe. But now this gives us the old P3. We know that they're not coming left. We can adjust this. because Ant's still left.
This could be it now.
We know they're breaking from mid.
Forward.
We pick up short. This is a huge pickup.
OpTic set
Kyler spawns out.
for the hit. Nero cut down on the right flank.
This is a big pickup by Ant. Huge pickup by Ant. Look at the route that Ken takes. Does the route look familiar, guys? It's the same route that Ant takes. Ken tries to take the route as the last guy to break from the right side, or from our left side, their right side.
Forward. OpTic setting up for the hit.
He first looks for a guy spawning. That's something that Ant didn't do, but this is a good check just in case. He looks for the guy spawning. Kyler spawns had spawned super deep though, so he's not going to see him. Just to make sure that he didn't get a timing like that.
OpTic setting up for the hit. Nero
But Ant, I don't know. Wait, Kyler doesn't see him off spawn? There's no way Kyler sees him off spawn. I think Ant just has a good read on the situation and knows that this route could have been taken. Maybe because we spawn. I gotta see.
cut down
Did Kyler see him?
on the fight forward. OpTic
I wonder if Kyler sees him there. I have to go back in the comms. I wonder if Kyler sees him off spawn or if Ant just read this. I'd have to ask him.
setting up for the hit.
I don't know if he could. I think he can. Based on the reaction of Ant, I feel like it got calmed.
So left. OpTic setting up for
He did spawn deep too. Yeah, that's probably what it was. It's either he spawned deep and he calmed it, or he saw it and calmed it. So regardless, I think Kyler calms it, so it's a good calm.
Nero cut down on the right flank. Dashy on the side.
And Ant plays for it.
Wide open, and it's no
This guy I know for sure he sees because I remember him calming it. So someone else, Estrel, tried to re-pinch this. He didn't realize that Kyler had spawned out because, Ken didn't even die to Kyler. Ken died to Ant, so he thinks this is opening because they still haven't seen Kyler. But Kyler actually sees him. He's right behind him. He gets the free kill for it. They still have all the left hold. He can get all this information on everyone mid.
Swarming in the cutoff kills.
Stays alive. They're just going to adjust to top and mid.
Just gonna be up.
Ant gets a kill top. We just adjust to everything towards a low bed.
Goes down on the time. Down again. Last man Estriel.
Last guy closet. Easy.
Pinched out by Shotzi. 35 and
We spawn up. Big play by Brennan. As soon as you spawn up, just jiggle the left. He sees the guy left. Really good. Make sure they can't break from this left side because obviously we're not holding the left anymore.
change.
Big kill.
We could be looking
Now he keeps holding left. Now we just adjust to whatever they might be doing on the other side of the map.
To seal the old deal. You're taking
Caesar is an absolute cred here.
it's a last ditch effort to try
He's
to
picking up short.
and you're just not
2 subs in hill. Good trades. Really good job.
getting the feed wiped out.
Really good P4 hold at the end.
They call game.
Oh, it was a stupid.
All right, we'll watch the control. I'm not gonna break down too much of it, but just know we're working on it because this was a tough one to watch for me and Damon, and I think probably to play for them too.
Average, and it's not hard for other teams to veto one of the better maps. So this is the type of thing that Minnesota do need to figure out if they want to be a top team.
I swear we lost every break off here on this map too.
They managed to put in the relatively short space since announcing Kenny the roster.
I think they
Players down
they won every break off and we just could not bounce back from it. We needed to like
Man loves the windows. He is never going to leave. You don't
actually regain from it.
They're well pushed though. Kenny's here for the trades, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. A solo capture on
Which series were you happy with overall? C9 or Rocker? C9 easily.
he would have to be a hero to
I don't think we had any hiccups in the C9 series apart from
be able to lock it down and wants to keep some map.
actually I don't really. Honestly, the C9 series was pretty fucking clean. There, apart from the first round of the control, I think the first round of the control we fucked up big time, but I'm glad we ended up winning it and winning the other offense to win the entire map.
And a nice coverage from Nero. And
But I thought we played the C9 series pretty fucking clean.
the contest at the very least is going to help things here. Nice timing there, Kenny and Nero.
Nah, it's not old teammate nose break off cheese.
Again from Nero, the capture continues and the second segment is gone.
Yeah, those are great comms coming through.
I don't think so.
Nero was working with Kenny in that moment for knowing the guy's sidewalk, knowing the guy's weak on time of when and where to go for the child. So communication on
Didn't know if there was a mistake on that.
number one.
Finally got figured out in the Rocker series.
Zone secured. Kenny already got
Nah, I just don't think we played the Essen. I don't think we played the rewind search too well, but we talked about it a lot, and it was our first match rep with it. I think the scrims that we played on rewind were a lot different from the match. A lot more faster in scrims. So we were getting the first bloods, but not working them well.
There we go. Minnesota Rocker round 1. A nice offensive round. The opening hit towards B was so successful. They managed to get the segment done there halfway through.
That was a quick defensive loss. Not great.
See where they decide to go. A bit of B love there for a Minnesota Rocker in their opening round, and now over to Shot C, who's going to find himself a stun, but again looking to get forward through mid and not.
They fuck us on this breakoff too. I actually fuck with their breakoff on this one.
Minnesota Rocker get 4 kills instantly, now push the spawn.
Glad Kenny's doing better. He looks happy. Yeah, for sure.
Lead balloon. This is going to be tough to get out of. This is exactly where, I mean, again, talk about perfect positioning. Where guys like Esther want to
Rewind was just scamming min advantages. Yeah, I agree.
Nero's still alive, so they've gotten rid of most of the Minnesota Rocker players to get out of their spawn, but still have extra to deal with.
Kenny or JP, how different is Hook this year than the last time you coached him in MW2? I said this earlier on in the year, but his confidence and his energy is so much different. Bro, if you guys listen to the, I don't know if they've brought the comms out in those videos OpTic does, but his comms, bro, I swear he's screaming in those. But I think this game suits him. I think him and Ant just have a really good flow off of each other.
An opportunity to go to the B zone. It's the tougher one to capture first, but they got all the kills. Now you can stack the point and get the ball rolling.
Oh, they're over the hills and far away.
They just tweeted the comms video. Oh, bet.
Segment on the way out of B onto A as well, but the last man up for the roster is going to be Dashi. He's on the defense through middle of the map, so not able to help out on the capture. Can Rocker recover this one? They have managed to secure A. B zone halfway done. Oh, why is Estrel made of titanium? How did he not die?
We played Protocol S&Ds really well. Yeah, I would say so. I think the C9 yesterday or 2 days ago was a very clean. I really liked how we played it.
Estrel on a 3-piece and 10 seconds left. OpTic have to stop the clock, but frankly, I don't really know where you go.
Oh, well, 7.4. There's still time to ramble on. Here comes Geo. Dancing.
I would break down this more, but I
Onto B. Kenny.
don't want to give away shit that we weren't doing well on, really, for this map, especially.
Rocker.
I'll break down I'll break down probably the other Hardpoint and respawns from the C9 series as well.
Two clean and comfortable rounds, and I mean wasting no time. Nero 13 and 7 as well. I mean, I think he had maybe 3 different plays in this round that could have been the best play, but I'll give it to him for these clean shots with the aims over by the helicopter. This is the moment where every one of his teammates fell, and he just destroyed.
Man, real thing. They are rocking and rolling right now. Nero with a coverage down low gives Estrel free reign to fight forward. This could be another 2.
Did the boys say anything about the server for the Rock series? Felt like a couple of guys were absolutely shotgunning. No.
But I've lost my energy, so
I mean, it was Dallas.
keep going on B.
That's just sometimes the game, how it works. There's a lot of shotgunning.
Serious on the side of OpTic. Nice shots.
Again, I think the servers just could be better in general, but I don't think there was any complaints.
My name is Shotzi.
Hey, what's good, OpTic Texas Brenner?
Just by the way, and Kenny making the perfect reads as the Slayer. He's 12 and 5 as well. This is Rocker in their flow state.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, Geo goes for the Misty Mountain hop right over towards it, and here we go. On a time, Shotzi within and out. Stops Kenny at the very least. Geo still roaring. 6 spree, and we've got the B capture still in play. Dashi trying to get involved. Geo picks him off with the 7th. Number 8 as well. Geo kicking ass.
These are not easy shots to hit, but Geo barely blinking as he does it. Just going to get the next man in line, and Sky's left out. Food for fodder. Kenny's picking up a big 2, and I mean,
Does he read YouTube chat or only his Twitch? I read both.
vacation players. If he's struggling, in my mind, that just means
Sorry, I try to keep it
doing well.
even with the 2, but there's a lot of questions in both.
This map for the moment. They got 2 ticks on A, a single tick on B. You just
Why are people giving up the bomb site in bottom protocol so easily sometimes? Isn't it hard to retake? I mean, the offense kind of has the advantage in the first place to like do things on that underground part. Plus, they don't have to go A, and them transitioning over to B is pretty easy.
player just underneath him. Good shots, but not enough to get the drop.
But yeah, I mean, you see a lot of teams going big door and
But
going like 1 spiral, 2 big door. So it's not. I don't think it's all the time people are giving it up.
falls. Problem is, though,
I think giving it up completely is kind of faded, but
time 20 seconds on the clock.
there's a lot of things the offense can do. They can pre-nade your low boat and make sure you can't come big door. They can go P2 and completely counter you if you're trying to go big door. There's a lot of things you have to tack and use your tacks on, and sometimes it is pretty difficult on defense. But if you can, you know, read the situation well, you can stop them. Road tripping back to home to Atlanta today. This is raking the ride better. Hear that? Glad I could be some entertainment for your ride.
It's less about the objective, it is all about these kills. And I think Hoog has put himself in an interesting spot. Nero just got
We seem to be really good against most, but is an easy fix for Toronto/C's as both were pretty bad. What do you mean both were pretty bad? Wait, why did I say I just went offline? What? Hello? Hello? What the hell? Okay, Twitch said I went offline, but I'm still live, so I don't... Maybe I went offline for a second? You guys hear me? Hello, hello? Test, test, test. We're here? Oh, it was like 5 seconds? Alright, we're cool. My bad. I don't know why that... I mean, my internet can go out. That was weird. Oh, bet. Hitch just released that around the bar. Yo, go show some low in the around the bar. That was a fun conversation. Yeah, after the stream or whatever, go watch that. Or maybe I'll watch party it. We'll see. I kind of want to break down some more of these hard points though. But definitely go check it out. Okay, I'll link it in the chat. Oh wait, no, premiere's in 2 hours. We're chilling. We're chilling. That'll probably be around when I'm done anyway. Are we still good? We're still live? Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. I see it live on Twitch and YouTube. We're chilling. They scrimming today? No, we're off today. We're scrimming tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with scrims. Every team is off Monday. But yeah, just so you know, chat, we didn't play this map well. We're talking about it. But again, I don't want to break down this stuff that obviously we're weak in.
Great tags in from Skies. What a two-piece. He's on the point.
Did he just collateral? No, okay. Well, Nero's one shot from the gunfight again too. Great shots nonetheless. The Skies is gonna fall. Estrel's on the point, wasting time, and this is just time right now for Kennedy to actually work the pinch. So massive trades coming through in the feed, and because the A zone gets clear, I mean that just means Kenny gets to play for the spawners, and he should be coming to his team. They're flooding through to the B zone for the moment, and Kenny does nothing on the map. Loses the gunfight against Dashy, so he gets rendered useless.
You know who you're scrimming tomorrow? LAT Genomates.
Oh, there we go. At least one man on it. Hook holding it. Stun check. Kenny's in. And in his time of dying, he still managed to get one segment. So halfway through both A and B right now for OpTic. Similar to their first offensive rounds. Not a ton of
This map was so depressing to watch. Holy fuck.
Spooky stuff down from the road.
I'm just skipping the Hardpoint. No dope in that one. We talked about it as a team.
Towards this Hardpoint, Minnesota Rocker, OpTic Texas. If you've just joined us.
Sorry, 1 second.
Hello, Bob.
Kenny's gonna know every single opening break this team wants to do. He just gets to choose who he wants to chow. Knows where the flank's gonna be coming through, but maybe a split second too late. OpTic win the break. They get the initial time.
Nice shots. Nice opener.
How did Cave notify JP the dono? Oh shit, it didn't. What the hell? Oh yeah, I saw it. Wicked Season, appreciate the super chat. W content, thank you, my guy. Sorry, I don't know why my OBS didn't record that in the OBS or the activity feed. I pulled up the YouTube thing specifically though, so now I see it. Thank you though. We are streaming streams tomorrow. Alright, I would assume so. And we'll be on the new patch. Actually, I gotta see. I'm pretty sure we're updating a new patch. I actually don't know. I don't think any of our guys are in the rep chat, but I think Ant said that he heard that we're updating, so I'm assuming we're on the new patch tomorrow.
Right gun for the job, it gets traded. You have Rocker at least set up around P2 first, but they're not winning all these games.
Wasn't already traded, boys. Just left. Oh, no, I hear you. I mean, obviously LET and Toronto are good teams, so like it's not like you form the roster and you're just gonna beat them. You know, it's like they're good teams. They're well solidified. They're good at hardpoint. We just have to improve in general to be able to like contend with those guys for sure. Big Ethan RL, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription.
To go on P2, and dare I say it, OpTic again breaks at the right time. They are keeping themselves very healthy here in the lead.
Yeah, they might not have the spawns yet, but they have plenty of time to work with, so that is a massive amount of scrap time in 2 beautiful hills back to back from OpTic. And Hook loves to play with the zip lines. The idea there, the execution is not, and for Rocker, I mean, a testament.
No scrims today, Chad. No scrims. Tomorrow. Today we're just breaking down some stuff.
Problem is though, he is still alive.
You still got to win the fight. And Sky, but they're committing a lot of resources to take Skies out here. It's going to allow players through the front. Still got to win the fight
for it, so they are heads up about it. It's going to be because Skies has gotten through. Estriel does turn for it, so they are heads up about it. Problem is though, he is still alive.
You still got to win the fight. And Sky, but they're committing a lot of resources to take Skies out here. It's going to allow players through the front. Big wins again. Now Hook, last man left up, no HP to his name, so he's going to have to back on up. So great work, Rock.
I feel like we fucked up that first break attempt. It's fine though.
So, what do you do with it? Push that lead forward, shots you through the back door. That's going to hurt.
He gets traded though.
What's our strongest map and mode, you would say?
The only thing that could have gone wrong was letting Sky slip through.
It's a federal question, my guy, unfortunately.
The awareness of a singular player on Rocker or the entire team, but they root them out together.
We scrim LAT General Mace tomorrow.
Chalk it up, give away the final 20 seconds, and just play for the rotation. P4 is absolutely money hill. You saw Estriel. I mean, Minnesota Rocker got here first. Maybe the most important gunfights of the map, Geo versus Hook down low. And he found the route, he found the timing, he got the kill. Rocker, they're in.
That route was a thing.
And they have strung together a sizable P3 hold. And I think OpTic, yeah, you're going to have to chalk it up, give away the final 20 seconds, and just play for
this rotation. I think we fucked up too.
Found the route, he found the timing, he got the kill.
7th spree still on. That route was a thing of beauty.
And we put ourselves in a cycle.
Zip out of trouble, but that hardpoint still very much Rockers. OpTic now through the front door. Dashy managing to peel 2. Estriel's going to have to peel back now, catch a couple of kills, make it nearly 3, only 2 there, ladies and germs. Everybody stay in your seats. OpTic are about to take the lead.
Oh, stay in your seats or stand up and die. Maybe an accidental.
Scrap said you guys were not trying the warm-up yesterday. Yeah, I think they had an off day today or yesterday with the effort. I kind of was pissed about it because we didn't play that day, and I mean, me and Damon were both like kind of pissed, but yeah.
Yeah, lovely stuff. What a battle down low here, folks. P4 treating us. Absolutely treating us to the goods here on Protocol. While still 8 points is going to be all that's...
Word on the street, JP, was that they didn't even know the Toronto scrim was happening. Maybe they should check their phones. I don't know. Is that what you heard?
Trying to maintain some form of map presence right now. Eyes on the prize for that.
I'm trolling.
Is Rocker and Nero through middle. He is shooting.
This version of OpTic team is very good at chaining hills. I mean, I think chaining hills just comes with being good at hardpoint. And I don't know. I don't think we chain hills anymore than like last year. I think last year we were insane at chaining hills. We were really good at hardpoint. I don't think we're at that level of hardpoint yet. We're working on it though.
Rocking, baby. Wow, Nero, nice force spree from time. I should have looked. He might be close enough to a Hellstorm indeed. Yeah, very much so. Looking for a couple of cut-off kills here, or he might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. Doesn't get the streak, but he does get the 5 spree. Lead though still for Minnesota Rocker. Over to P2 we go, and they are in position.
Yeah, Estriel's always here.
He
won. Tyrant, 2 different directions. Tyrant of the Circle Hill.
Absolutely rocking, baby. Wow, Nero, nice force spree.
The Circle Hill.
I feel like we should help Caesar new here. I was talking to Kyler about this afterwards, and he agreed. He was like, "Dude, I should have rotated here. He should get over to new and help Caesar."
Nero, nice force spree from
So now Caesar gets put into a 1v1. Unfortunately, he gets weird timing. He turns around, loses it. But we just need to have more bodies there.
Yeah, Estriel's always here, whether it be control, a P1 or a P2. Estriel, king of the back lighthouse. Skies, though, rips him. That is not an easy gunfight to win at all. Caesar Skies playing.
Last year's Hardpoint team was the best Hardpoint team in the CDL era. Were we really? I think we were pretty good at Hardpoint, but would you say best in the CDL era? Maybe. I thought we were pretty fucking good at Hardpoint. But there's not another team that you would say. I do think we were pretty raw at Hardpoint. I will say that.
Kenny reads it. I mean, that is smooth moves on point, and he continues the oscillation back and forth. Kenny, nice little force spree moment, and you get the spawn flip as well. This is going to be a 35-point lead, maybe for Rocker going into new, and Kenny, I mean, a 5 spree, looking nearly unstoppable, but as he gets dropped, so does everybody in his team. They just lost the spawns, right? Now is a moment for Rocker. They could have slammed them. Instead, Estriel, excuse me, going to be fighting for his life in the back.
Jedi mind tricks from Kenny continues now to Estriel.
Oh, we were definitely the best Hardpoint team last year. I'm talking CDL era though. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I would say Cold War phase is probably up there too. I don't know how who else you would put there.
Keeping the spawns alive for the OpTic boys. Reinforcements will be close. Shots who kind of spawn right in the time. Great break, OpTic.
I feel like it's a high key.
Vanguard NYSL was amazing at Hardpoint with net. Yeah, for sure, my guy.
But from OpTic, shining light is the fact that
Definitely.
getting all of this time. Made good, but only for
Excited for the Round of Bar episode? I'm excited too. I think you guys will enjoy it. How long is it? Does it say how long it'll be? Because we had a conversation for at least probably like a 2-hour combo. Huntsman MW 2019. I don't think they were. I think our team last year was 100% better than Huntsman MW 2019 at Hardpoint. Are you got VOD FaZe versus Ravens? Probably not today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch our stuff, and then I'm gonna watch a bunch of dealership, because dealership got played this weekend. We didn't play it in our match, or our matches, sorry. But there were at least 4 of them, I think, that I want to watch. You normally save some for the Patreon. Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. It was a 2v1 for a little. Why didn't Dashy Skies child that quicker? Let me see. Was there a rotation here? Oh, this one you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, they could have been quicker. Thing is that, like, Brandon's nading. Brandon's throwing his tax. I would say, yeah, probably just ape this guy. I think, does Brandon get weak from this gunfight? Maybe he was weak in this gunfight and he was just throwing his nades to buy time. Usually, if you see Brandon throwing his nades, it's because he can't chow because he's weak and he's just going to throw some tax. I would assume Brandon's weak here. That's, if I had to guess, that's what it was. From this gunfight. But I guess you just run at him. Yeah, you could do that. He was just throwing his tax. But yeah, I guess hindsight, you could say, just chow this guy. Think with reps, this could be one of their strongest S&T teams for sure. Again, if we played like we did in that protocol, for sure. Just getting our map set down. Obviously, Rewind's a new map. We looked okay on it. I think obviously the starting parts of the round were good because we got bloods, but we weren't really doing well mid-round with gaps we were leaving or not working together. But I think with more reps, Rewind will be better. Dealership we haven't played yet, so we want to get comfortable on that too. So there's still like at least 2 maps that we need to get like super comfortable on, just because they're new. What's the most dominant map and mode combination one of the teams you've coached had? Fortress, Hardpoint, MW2, and Rio last year when we started actually playing Rio. We were disgusting at both of those. Honestly, it may be Fortress, Hardpoint, and MW2. We were slamming on those. I mean, I guess sub base, you could say sub base too, but I never felt like in scrims we were like that good on it. It was just in matches we would never lose it. 6-star too. Actually, 6-star, it's weird because 6-star we didn't play for a long time. We only played it for that last major and champs. But actually, you're right. I think 6-star Hardpoint was our bread and butter. We may have been better at 6-star Hardpoint at our peak than Rio Hardpoint. Yeah, it probably is 6-star. I think 6-star more than Rio, honestly, now that I think about it. It's hard because I wish 6-star was part of the whole year so I could see, similar to how Rio was in at least a lot more of the year from what Major 2 onwards. But 6-star, yeah, I agree. 6-star we were fucking nasty at. Mercado MWC? Nah, I always thought our Fortress was better than our Mercado. If anything, was our best hardpoint map was Fortress during that session.
The green wall holds. Now to 200. 20 seconds to go. Hook's looking towards new as well. The long game being played. Sensational composure from OpTic.
This is a really big chain at the end of this hill, or sorry, the end of this map. We played the last part of this P2 after this 4 down into the P3, perfect. So it was a close hard points. I think Minnesota was playing it really well as well, but I'm glad we were able to remain clutch in these moments in these last 2 hills, like the end of the P3, P4 in that skyline, and this P2 to P3 were really good. Actually, I would say the skill when we were breaking it down, the skyline, the P4 was good. The P3 was kind of mixy, and they could have really won off of that, but we bailed ourselves out of that situation. Are you surprised? Jesus, voice crack. Holy fuck. Are you surprised that Ken bounced back so quick? He looked good this weekend? No, because I think he's a pretty good player. He just wasn't comfortable with how we were playing, and I think he always has a good mind for the game. I think he needed a little mental break and reset. I think the performances he was having was taking a toll on him, and I don't think we were playing well enough fundamentally to cater to that. I don't want to say cater to that, but be able to make him more comfortable, which kind of sucks. But I'm glad he's picked it up, and with another fresh new like team, he's doing well. Yeah, that was an insane voice crack though. No. What would I need to take your job? I don't know, my guy. But learn to program. Get your name out there. Work on some stuff that people might like to see or might be good for a team to use. All right, let's go and watch the other series. Just respawns. You're a data science major, you think you could use that somehow? For sure. You just got to be able to be passionate about what you're doing and work on projects that could actually have an effect on a team. This annoyed the fuck out of me, kind of. I said, they're going to hit the nades. Or I told them both, whoever's going mid, they're hitting the nades. And he dice on a nade off the break. Maybe he thought that they were gonna hit it inside money. And he tried to take the timing, but whatever. No, I didn't go to St. John's University. This is St. John's, U.S. Virgin Islands. This isn't St. John's, the school. This is St. John, the place in the Caribbean. I think this vault was pretty clean. Like I mean, every hill in the first rotation we had a good setup going into it. they couldn't kill Brandon or Kyler for a really good amount of time. Were you happy with the team's performance this weekend? Yeah, it was pretty good performance. I think the C9 I was really happy with. Minnesota I thought could have been better, but I'm glad that we were being able to be clutch in clutch moments, like the 2 hard points and obviously the round 5 or the round 11 game 5. But there was a lot more things we could take away from the Minnesota one. I actually think they played it really well too. It wasn't like we were all doing it poorly. I think the only thing we really played poorly was the control. I thought we had a rotation to this. I guess we just broke this. Matt getting this nade and then taking the timing right fucks this rotation completely up. Because he gets to the right. We get the kill off hold, but now they're breaking from the right and the left. And look where Kyler spawns out.
Now number 6 on the minimap. Map is somehow find himself in the back spawns. And that means Siv's going to spawn up with him and Sky's going to have to come. Oh, we messed up this rotation. Everybody's there. So it a 19-point lead there from...
But what do you know? They don't pick up the right themselves. Because they have to pick up the front.
We messed up this rotation. Spawns. And that means Siv's going to spawn up with
They get a kill money on Brandon, but they don't watch the full right. So Kyler gets around ammo for free. I don't even think... Actually, does Kremp not see him here? Kremp must not see him because they don't play for him. It's weird because both of them are looking like the same area. 5 and 7. No one's picking up the right. Or maybe they thought they picked up the right with what Kremp saw, but they didn't. They spawn on time. Kyler's in the back. They pick up Cat. But now Kyler gets 1 kill from the behind. Ant kills Kremp, and now he can break from the front side. Really good break. And they're spawning deep.
Oh, that was the wrong guy to shoot. Mac, down and out. You'll take the break, OpTic.
Oh, were they talking trash to each other before the game? Like a dash. That was rude. That was disrespectful. Shouldn't do that to Mac.
Kremp tries to take the same route Kyler did, but Kyler's watching it. He's playing an absolute sync ready. And gets a 2-piece with it. Slammed.
What a start. 5 and 2, 3 spree, and OpTic with a commanding lead.
Trying to be the kings of the one pump, I suppose. That's the,
Shouldn't they know where there's pressure in the back when they spawn on the hill? Yeah, probably. But when they spawn on the hill, it's very late. Because he could turn around right now and Kyler's still getting the kill. It doesn't really matter at that point.
He's in behind.
You already fucked up. You hear about C9 trialing capsule over the break? Really? I didn't know that. Is that a rumor?
That was rude. That was disrespectful. Shouldn't do that to Mac. He's our favorite.
Watch out, Kremp. Check your corners. Doesn't do it. The nuke once again strikes. Can he get a second? Sure can, boys and girls. What a start. 5 and 2, 3 spree, and OpTic with a commanding lead.
Yeah, they're trying to be the kings of the one pump, I suppose. That's the direction they're trying to go. In final 15 seconds.
Good kills. We start rotating towards the P3. Spawn them in the back. Make sure we're getting the ammo. Or sorry, not the ammo. The art spawns for P3.
He's making him work for it. He buys you the extra time. So that's a wasted life there from Mac. You still make sure you get the final few seconds. And more importantly from OpTic, they got the left side spawns for the long game. A 50-point lead though on Vault right now for OpTic. As good as it gets.
This is outrageous and outstanding thus far. 4 spree for Hook. He's having a
Good pressure. We're holding spawns. We're holding mid. They want to break. They have to break through mid. As long as we're holding mid, they can't get on time, basically. Or they can't get time in a good manner. Matt gets the vault kill. We trade him. Kyler hits a pinch. Very uncomfortable for them in this situation. Because Kyler's pushed up here and they don't have spawns. One guy kills him. Now we can react to it. Look at Caesar. He's already picking up the right just in case. Number 1 is also picking it up. We're both looking at it. Brandon's at old, covering over 2, who's on time. Great chain to the P4. They kill us off old, but we're already at new. We're going to spawn back art here. And now we can just pick up our lanes. Brandon picks up top art. He sees this guy low single. That's a huge kill.
To really get anywhere near these points, they are completely
They get kill front. Now you're just adjusting to what you see.
control thus far on
I think
ball. Dashy at
we missed this guy low art. That guy dies.
he has not been
Or who is it? Ant dies.
love.
We didn't have the left cross for a second. I think maybe that's on Kyler. I think Kyler should be watching the left cross while Ant watches mid now, because they're both watching mid. No one's watching the left cross here. I think he assumes that this guy Brandon on the left is watching the left cross, but Brandon ends up going top E4, or not top E4, top art.
Texas have firm control thus far on Vol.
So for a second, we don't have that left cross. You see how he's watching it now? That was missing for a second, and that's how number 6 ended up killing Ant.
Bruce got back to form. He has not been the man we know and love, and right now it is a superb performance. Spots out a couple
Brandon snaps on Dante. We know last guy's in the back here. Trade him instantly. You have to kill him. Make sure that you can't finesse. Boom. Should be another 30 seconds for us.
That might have been one of the sickest transitions for the observers.
I know you continue to learn more about programming, but have you read more on coaching strategies from other coaches from other sports, or just psychology from the boys? Just curious. Yeah, slightly. Read some stuff. A lot of it is, dealing with people, and you can read a lot about that type of stuff. Doesn't necessarily have to be regarding esports, but translates over.
OpTic Texas Hardpoint also blowing my mind. If you remember Miles yesterday against Minnesota, the final 3 hard
Are we streaming scrims this week, James? Yeah, we are. I would assume so. I don't see why not.
in a row on this map that have been nearly perfect. So 7 in a row of playing ungodly Hardpoint. It's as good as it gets.
Absolutely. I mean, Shotzi can't buy a kill. There's no one left to kill. His points are all over it. Sky is 7.
Hills in a row on this they had on the protocol, nearly perfect. This has now been 4 hills in a row on this map that have
This is why this kill is so massive. So you see how C9's set up here, and this is like the default what you'll see. If you get this kill on the cat and you're already pressuring outside of P4 because you're rotating towards new, this requires number 6 Mac to have the hardest job in the fucking world. Because not only does he have to worry about this cat to help number 7 on time, he has to now give up what he was watching over here on the left side. And this number 1 wrapping around this way is so big for us on this P1. It's the hardest job in the world when you're number 6 here, and you have to react to both. Look at it. He jiggles left. Somehow doesn't see, I guess he jiggles like close to like the balk, doesn't see number 1. Or maybe he does see number 1 and just tries to finesse. I think that's what happens. It looks like he reacts to it. Jiggles, okay, yeah. He recenters, sees him, but he realizes like he needs to finesse and buy time. So I like to play by Mac. Unfortunately though, he has to watch so much, and you know what ends up happening? Kyler just goes to the vault and jumps up instead. So he just leaves Mac to just question himself.
ungodly Hardpoint. It's as good as it gets.
Absolutely. I mean, Shotzi can't buy a kill.
And that's the flip. That's the break.
His points are all over.
I guess it's not the flip, but
Sky is 7 spree. Can't buy a kill.
we think they flipped. I would assume they flipped too here, but
Points are all over.
it's hard in the moment
Sky is 7
with where we are on time and in the hill.
It is the assault rifles who are kicking ass right now for OpTic Texas. 140 and climbing. C9 New York have yet to be found. There is an APB out. We are looking for 4 males who have not shown up to this vault hardpoint yet.
I mean, hey, they finally made it to the time. I just don't think it's gonna last. So hold that one hostage for the maybe next go around. Actually, Trent fighting back. Matt showing up in the feed as well. So hey, C9, maybe the gunny just needed to get a little bit warm. Try to get some motion in this.
Were you surprised Hook was still available when you picked him up the second time? Yeah.
Invitations to news.
I think we lucked out that he was still available because he's a nasty player.
I think Dashy is the solution.
Brother, what? I mean, what is that? Okay.
Great kills at the end of P1. This is perfect scenario. We know they're all spawning out. Kyler's already got our right. Number 2 is basically watching our mid. 4 is pushed out deep cat. We just have to be worried or be wary of them possibly spawning back here. But based on the timing that Brandon does this, I think we're chilling.
Lead on the dot.
Like if we had gotten a kill and he stayed out over here, we'd have to worry about it. But ooh, even Kyler, does Kyler play for it? No, Kyler just is dipping. This is a good finesse by Kyler. You see this?
Man, 22 and 8. Let's see how this one ends.
Sees this guy, realizes it's a bad gunfight, just gonna wrap around.
Now for the OpTic boys, Dashy was like, I'm getting
It's a heads up play. Holy fuck.
He's out so far. Over the left flank now, toe-to-toe is Sid. Big win there on the left side. We're gonna make our way forward now.
That's a huge win by Caesar. I think in this moment, after Kyler gets this kill and Ant dies, I assumed Kyler was gonna go straight to short and help him out. I think he was worried about another guy hitting the right though. That's like, I guess, what he was playing for. I watched back the Rocker VOD yet. Unfortunately, yeah, I just watched it. Unfortunately, you might have missed it. I will be uploading. I think I'm going to upload. Well, this whole thing is going to be uploaded to YouTube as a live stream because right now I'm live streaming to both. But I will upload the Skyline Hardpoint breakdown as a full video. Yeah, I read YouTube, Mike Daniels. I'll read both. And scrims today, no scrims today. I don't have it pinned in the YouTube chat, but no scrims today. We'll be scrimming back tomorrow.
Big win there on the left side. We're gonna make our way forward now. Krem into time runs into Bueno, and it is no bueno for Krem, who gets.
This is actually such a big 1v1 on time that Caesar wins. Caesar doesn't win this 1v1 on time. 6 wins this gunfight. Now they're holding from the front. That's actually such a big one. I mean, we're up so big anyways, but it is a big one. Hey, Moon. Appreciate the subscribe. Absolutely. Thank you for the 2 months, man.
2 more kills. Big Bruce on the outside. Krem fighting his way forward. You've got Skies just dipping in the points. Man, this is disgusting. Sky is still cooking. Bueno for Krem, who gets ripped on the point. Man, this is disgusting. Sky is still cooking from time. We're looking towards a Hellstorm with 2 more kills. Point, man, it is bueno, and it is no bueno for Krem, who gets ripped on the point. Man, this is disgusting. Sky is still cooking from time. We're looking towards a Hellstorm with 2 more kills.
Waiting for 3 p.m. to watch your ATB episode? For sure. Everyone go watch the Round of Bar episode tonight.
Kills everywhere.
It was a good combo.
Finally getting.
So do you walk it through all here and then again with the players? We've already talked about the maps with the players. We usually do it right after the match ends. If there's anything we want to talk about.
His body just follows. That's a player whose brain is fully locked into the moment. And so much so
Question, do you think this game is more challenging as far as strategizing compared to MW3?
they're controlling the
In terms of strategizing,
Question mark?
I mean, Hardpoint, I feel like is the same. I feel like it is a little bit more unforgiving in this game when you do something wrong. But I think search strategizing was so much more important last year. I think it'll be a little bit more important now because Vault and Skyline are in the mix. But S&D last year was a lot more strategizing in terms of like all the shit you could do on some maps. I just got a call from Scam Likely, not picking it up. How long have I been coach? Started at the start of MW 2019, start of CDL, so this is my, what, 6th year now? I don't know, I wouldn't say I was a coach like first year. I would say I was just straight analyst first year. Then I actually started working as like, kind of like coach, helping the players and bringing my ideas to the table. Oh, unfortunately, Ant couldn't make something work over there. I like the teamwork of what we were doing. He just couldn't. He couldn't get one. This guy was playing. This guy was playing top on the rotation. Wait, what was that timing? He slid down the stairs as Ant was going. That's crazy. I like the teamwork. If you hear Ant here, he's saying Chow top art for me, because what he wants to do, he wants Caesar, the Chow top art, to back this guy the fuck down so he can't just beam Ant taking this route. So they do what they wanted to do. Unfortunately though, he doesn't win the 1v1 on hill. If he wins this 1v1 on hill, everything changes. He can finesse inside the hill. Maybe he gets another one with Mac, and then we'll start fully breaking. I was working with Krim in Vanguard year. It's good. I mean, again, I see a lot of good things working with a lot of these, like, well, you know, just versed players in terms of game sense, in terms of winning He's a winner at hand. He's great with like leadership in terms of mentality of not even, I wouldn't even say like the COD, like obviously he's a smart COD player, but the mentality and leadership of just like a competitor was something that was different for him. And his effort, I always say that, but his effort was top tier every day. Hey, Yixi, appreciate the 5 gifted. Thank you. Thank you, my guy. I appreciate that so much. Who on the team would consider themselves an S&D kid? Caesar and Brandon for sure. I don't know if, I mean, I guess you would, I mean, Ant didn't come, I'm talking about S&D kid in terms of like they came up from the S&D scene. And these two guys I feel like did. Kyler and Ant were more like, more respawn. I don't know, did Kyler play S&D before he like got picked up in AW? I don't remember. I feel like Ant was just a Halo kid. I don't even say he's an S&D kid. He's like Halo kid. Yeah, I mean, I think Kyler was a Halo kid, but also a COD AW kid, but then turned back into a Halo kid. So I don't know. I guess you would call, yeah, I would say both of them are Halo kids, and these guys are like S&D kids. Yeah, he was playing BO4 S&D, but I would say during that time he was still like Halo 5. Yeah, Chad, I know he played a lot of BO4. Dude, I remember watching his stream. I was like, this guy's fucking insane.
Listening indeed, Dashy still continues to be a wonderfully productive part of the OpTic Texas success, but we get into a new set of Hardpoint's chance, and C9 are mounting the comeback.
Yeah, listen, they've been outslayed roughly by about 13 kills at this point. We saw, you know, Kremp just went on a 4.
Wasn't Hook forced into Halo because of the age limit in COD? Yeah. I mean, he wasn't forced into it, but yeah, he was not able to play COD, so he just transitioned to Halo for a little bit.
The moment you think it, the moment OpTic shut it down. And we saw, you know, Kremp. Yeah, listen, they've been outslayed.
Dashy still continues to be a wonderful part of the OpTic Texas. A fun listening indeed. Dashy still continues to be a wonderfully productive part.
We just break from every angle here.
But we get into a new set of Hardpoint's chance, and C9 are mounting the comeback.
Yeah, listen, they've been outslayed roughly by about 13 kills at this point. We saw, you know, Kremp just went on a 4, maybe trying to pick up some air.
Ken was too, right? I mean, dude, I chat. Pretty much everyone who got into COD before CTO was like an S&D kid before they played. That's how the S&D scene was like a grassroots, just literally a grassroots prospect like farm system. That's what the S&D scene was back in the day. There was no challenger teams. There was no what would you call it? No challenger teams. No amateur system. It was just you played a fuck ton of S&D in lobbies and in like these S&D 8s or tournaments, and you just got known for your search. That's how you broke into the scene back in the day. I feel like there were very few people who were just straight respawn. You know, if you were straight respawn, you were playing way back in the day.
For this middle hardpoint, it's built for the SMGs around these pillars, and well, Chauncey continues to let them know.
Yeah, not seeing as many SMGs as we would like to see here for a squad. Go for the big old break. Mac from down low, gonna get one out of
Still is though. 04 took the same route. I would say 04 took the same route, but it is diminishing very quickly because of no GBs, no tournament sites that are actually dealing with hackers. Just the S&D scene in general just diminishing. The game's not being as good. How old am I? I'm 28. And was a natural respawn player because of Halo, in my opinion. I agree. That's why I wouldn't say he's an S&D kid, because I think he's more of he's just a Halo kid that went into COD via S&D, but he's a Halo kid at heart. An hour of your interview is only on Patreon, then definitely hit up the Patreon, because all 2 hours are really good, personally.
This is a beatdown. You know how, Maz, I've mentioned before how some players are an indication, like insight. If insight is positive, that means his team is going to be winning. The fact that Hook has the least amount of deaths on his team.
Also, all the best S&D kids grew up and became pros, draining the S&D scene of talent. But again, if there was a better game, if the S&D sites were still around, if the GB stuff or the tournaments and all that stuff was still around, there would have naturally been younger players who would replace those who ended up becoming pros. You see what I'm saying? Like, obviously there was, but the fact that the S&D scene died, and don't get me wrong, there are still some people that come from S&D, but compared to before, the S&D scene is nowhere near where it was back in the day. Nowhere near. It basically died. Which is very, I mean, it's very unfortunate. It's very sad to see. Because it was that grassroots place of like, this is who we're going to pick up next because he's just destroying the search scene. How come is there's an S&D scene but not like a hardpoint scene? Are they both not equally important since you play Tuna series? I think it was because S&D was always a mode and Hardpoint was I feel like Hardpoint has to do a lot with how you're playing as a team, and S&D scene at least is more so like, yeah, you got strats, but you can play with two random other people and just kind of know what you're gonna do or call stuff together, and it's all reactive based on that. I feel like S&D, it was just always, I don't know, it was always what everyone ended up playing. I'm not sure the exact reasoning of it. I think it was just more fun to play in that type of 2v2, 3v3 setting. Or even obviously 4v4 too. I think I played against you on BO6. What's your gamer tag? Probably didn't, but it's just JP on Blizzard or whatever. But I haven't played BO6 in a fucking minute, so it probably was not me. Who actually fried that map? So did Brandon. Both of them absolutely tucked. What did they both finish off? Yeah, I mean, Brandon had 4,500 damage. Holy shit. Look at that.
That's ever happened in a hook lobby ever for a respawn game mode. Shot in and out. Actually did have one more. We're gonna watch the list. Hardpoint. Nice photos.
Alright. We won't watch the search, but we played that really well. Alright, I'll go and watch the Hasi control. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. What's good, JP? How's it going? Wish I was old enough to really understand for good how Scump or how good Scump, Crim, Karma, and Formal really were. They were all pretty fucking nasty.
To enjoy, and I mean, back within you know, mostly original roster in stage 1 where they were undefeated online. You swap out one player, and I mean, this guy has had a decent amount of success so far. So until the major, we won't have all the questions.
Just curious on your thoughts about Kenny's performance of the weekend. I actually think he played really well.
On this map as well. That is
I'm glad for him.
wipe in the feed there for
I'm still pretty cool with Ken. I just it's unfortunate that like everything happened the way it did. My biggest regret is that we couldn't play fundamentally the right way to kind of cater to him sometimes. That's one of my bigger regrets, and obviously it kills me that our champs team couldn't work again in this game. I always like thought he was a good player. It's just like he was just in very bad situations. He wasn't comfortable, and I don't think the way we were playing helped him at all either.
they never captured the zone, by the way. I mean, should be good to go. Very much in the sweet spot. And there you go. Crem pops on it to get it done. I was getting
How many years did you play pro in COD? 0.
time to work with, but ultimately, very good opening break. Mac is 3-0.
You think Scum could have competed in this game? I mean, I think Scum could compete in any game if he like puts the time and work into it. Problem is he's got a much better gig right now. He doesn't have to scrim all day. He doesn't have to play in the matches. He can just provide the content, you know? Hilo Visions, appreciate the sub. Thank you. I don't know if I thanked you before, but I thank you now. I may have been in the bathroom when... Or maybe I did thank you. Either ways, appreciate the sub. Thank you. People need to stop super chatting. Oh, shit. Did I see the other super chat? Or did I miss a super chat? I don't think I did. Appreciate anyone who did, though. It's hard for me to watch or get the activity feed for both. Oh, to Seth. Yeah. Sorry. I thought you meant my stream. OpTic Texas dropped a comm video on Twitter. Let's watch it. Why is my Twitter being weird? Wait, I don't see it. Did they just tweet out? Was it an OpTic or OpTic Texas? Oh, it might be OpTic Texas. Oh, there we go. Bro, I'm telling you, Kyler is screaming. It's fucking hilarious. He's screaming like he's calming like everyone can't hear him and they're in another room or some shit. We got time. Dude, Kyler gets so hyped.
Good fucking energy.
Oh, that's me.
Kill you, Brendan, or what?
Wait, he left that in? That's actually funny. I was like, I knew he was running them, and I was like, can they just kill you or what? Brandon is copy.
Yeah, they're working B. Yo, one guy's probably planning it. You might have an opening. Nice. Another one. Low heli on it. Shit on him, man. He's outside the back.
Kyler doesn't really seem like it, but he brings some of the most passionate energy I've seen in the CDL. It's the funniest. What do you say? Transition or something? Because he's the quietest, like most chill guy, and then in game when he starts calming, he is screaming.
He's back to me. Timing. He's trying to force it on in. Never mind. He's on bomb.
Yo, you can't force it. Shut up. Look at him. Look at him. He's actually, you had this guy hear voices.
Bro, I was in, or like PT. I'm looking at our sidewalk.
JP, are you guys paid by COD after the event, or are they not paid until the end of the year? I mean the prize pools, not the salaries, the orgs. The orgs, or sorry, they pay the orgs probably like a month or 2 months after the tournament.
Top dubs.
Are they playing in the new patch this week or not? That's what I've heard. I'm pretty sure we're moving to the new patch next week.
Hey, I'm trying our window.
So once we scrim tomorrow, once we're like screaming our scrims tomorrow, should be on the new patch.
Yo, yeah, I'm looking over you.
I'll turn up the comms.
Eyeball their side. Eyeball their side.
What are you done?
Nice. Have you hopped down mid?
Yo, top dark, top dark.
Have you bottom fire, Dante, shit on.
Top dark, top
Top
dark.
dark, flank for me. Bottom you, top dark. Bottom you, top you.
I their
Yeah,
side.
you've met.
He was not this vocal before.
He's above you, I think.
He was vocal this
Was it left
like this year when we had him before in the roster, but last time we were playing with him, MW2 was not this vocal for sure.
One shot.
Yo, secret, dad.
Yo, one guy's ours. One guy's ours. We have 10 seconds. We have 10 seconds.
Wait, they still haven't fixed that glitch with the slide thing?
Ryan, hop on it.
Top of it, done.
We're moving to the patch just because we're going to have to move to it at some point during this major. So we might as well just go to it right now. And we know the thing's gonna get hot fixed anyway.
OpTic arrive, and they arrive as a pack. And drain the segment, stay alive for a moment.
So there's no point delaying it because we're just gonna play on it anyways. And the bigger change is the sub shit probably.
Great shots rolling through. Max should be able to deliver maybe the third. Dashy actually, the Overseer picks up 3 in a 13v7. C9 have to be a little bit careful. A minute and 20 on a hot seat.
We fucked up this defense so poorly. I mean, I get it. We were in a bad spot to begin with them capping A and then the live lead, but we could have easily won this round with the way we should have played it. We talked about it after though.
Keep this going.
Oh, we were so close.
Don't have the corners right now. That's OpTic have just given them nothing. They've shown not a single hand. Quick contest. Sib's in. Sib's alone. And Sib
I'm
gets
feeling it. I'm feeling it.
5 lives to 8.
What's good, Thick?
Big, and he's been
Are they doing a change to sub attachments and bring back long barrel? I don't know GA wise what they're doing.
I felt that collapse. The 17
I'm not sure.
and here we are.
I'm not part of the GA chat. You'd have to ask someone in the GA chat.
C9 get a few trades. They could get some secondary lives back.
I would assume people are gonna test it first in the scrims and see how it is,
Yeah, go try.
and then make adjustments from there.
Big time in the retreat. Max trapped. Hook. Oh my god, could go massive here. Knows exactly where the next man is. Well done.
Did you guys do anything to counter Sib? Seems like he couldn't get anything going that series. No.
And Max
it-
gotta get on a beat.
The only time you play to like counter something or someone is like in Search maybe. You don't play to counter anyone in Respawn. You just have good maps sometimes against people.
On the time we go. Dashy last
It's not like we're going into a hard point or control of being like, let's counter Sib here, you know?
Has to find the kills on both these players. And
It can happen in Search sometimes, but
an attack
Respawn,
from
no.
Sib in an all-star AR throwdown. C9 don't throw it away.
Yo, Caesar's downing that water. Holy shit.
Just look at the mini map because OpTic had most everything covered. There was just timing, I think. Skies, who was overplaying like Connector or you, it was attached that was able to slip through, and then Sib obviously just guns him out of his shoes. But even prior to that, if Skies just spots out attached on the cross, I mean, I'm concerned that's a moral victory there for OpTic, even with the round loss.
Back to scene, I almost choked the first round of control is crazy, having double lives.
Tenacious.
Dude, there was a way you could have won that shit too.
Hot opening.
But I'm glad they won the other
Sort of tucked away in a five.
defenses.
Be absolutely fine.
Lockdown.
Good for at least one. We'll see if you can get any more out of this life. But yeah, on the approach, teammates are starting.
How shocked was Skies when he got ripped in you? I couldn't tell because I can only watch Brandon's screen really.
Also just love and appreciate that.
I'm usually just watching Brandon's screen
Like 3 C9 arrows that turned for the pinch. They knew it
or
was
the
coming.
podcast review.
They made sure they send the reinforcements just in case.
Shotzi, nice finesse, staying alive here alone. Hook. Oh, he's in his happy place right now. There's the first, looking for any more out of this life, and he's going to get red and dealt with. Oh, what a 2 this could be for Mac. No.
Ant was having his way on this map though. I think Ant is pretty comfortable on this with like what he wants to do usually.
But if you leave Skies by himself, it'll take another 15 seconds to actually roll it through. And they're not winning the entries, sort of gunfights. And Skies 6 HP, able to get away, but ultimately surrounded. He's gonna fall. And maybe a moment where he'd rather stand on the point, but obviously 2 ticks, not too shabby.
What a long gunfight that one was.
So in games like Valorant, really, teams really focus on trying to have like clear comms, no screaming, and very collected sort of. Why in COD comms? Why in COD are comms so loud? And I feel like the opposite of the games in like Valorant. Respawn is much faster. There's a lot more information being present at the time and constantly being updated. So you never have downtime moments like there are in Valorant and CS. Like if you were to hear search comms, it would be a lot more like those. Respawn comms are nothing like it because Respawn is completely different. But I hear what you're saying. And honestly, you just get used to it.
Finish the job. Shotzi's on the A, and you got Hook on B. C9 is Treehotch. You got to make a decision.
Yeah, there was a moment of discourse there. It was like, what do we do? Oh, I'm going to take this, you take that. Wow, and in that moment, well, the good news, guys, be gone. A, all alone now.
Certain stressing certain comms is very important to respawns with how fast things are happening. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, like, there's always so... It's just atypical deaths. You're not prepared for these types of situations, and now you got to get out of your spawn.
I mean, and you know he's there. But that doesn't change anything. So a nice 3 spree. Like, god damn it, Sky's in office as well. Okay, cool. They're looking at each other like, hey man, what's going on? You're in here as well. Cool, let's keep doing this. Let's keep causing problems. Admittedly, it's taken a while for OpTic to get out of spawn as well. So they're really not been able to get
Are both Hardpoint and Control the same spawn cooldown times? No.
The battle is going to be on the zone, and so far so good for Cloud9.
I can't...
Control is a little bit longer.
Never envision what Hook sees on the map. I'm thinking you're gonna spawn trap the players in the back because they had like 3 down, and when he leaves it, Skies was there to pick up like that first sort of exit point, and then Hook is just doing like a world tour. It is, dude, I can't keep track of Hook, and I have eyes on the mini map at all times. For C9, their experience, they gotta be in hell.
It's hell. And Shotzi's trying to do his best.
Trying out some comms and respawn though, except for Beans. I will say that, yeah, they do have a very calm comms. That's just a Toby and Jamie type thing. They've always been like that, and that could work with some players for sure. It's just kind of whatever you're used to, really. But the amount of communication is still a lot more than you would see in something like Valorant or CS, just because it's respawn.
Uh-oh. That's a stack. Stacking at the right time. OpTic, it's nothing like Cold War, boys and girls, but wait. The war is over yet. Here comes...
This is a really good offense. I liked how we played this. What was your reaction to Falcons winning Hardpoints this weekend? I was just happy for them, honestly. Dude, I was happy for Xnid, bro. Xnid looked so happy after those Hardpoints. And the 1v2 he had. Everyone was kind of rooting for them, honestly. How much input did the players put in when choosing maps and vetoes? A good amount. I bring up stuff, and Damon brings up stuff, and then the players bring up stuff as well. If a player is not comfortable on a map, I'm not going to put them on a map, you know? It's not all in the coaches, no.
Clear cups greater than solo cups confirmed.
Yeah, I see that. Definitely fair, but I'm not talking about like the total number of comms. Definitely should be more in respawn COD for sure. I was just meaning like the tone of voice and volume. When lower volume allow you to stress more important comms with a higher volume when needed. Like yelling every comm is too much.
It just feels like they can do no wrong.
I think it depends on the player. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of players that have comms, but there's so much happening that it's a lot harder to be super calm the entire time. I think there's just, you need to be stressing things, and it's very hard to stress things sometimes when you're just a little monotone or calmer. I mean, it could work. I think it's just not what players are used to. Don't get me wrong, it can work though. I think having to relay a lot of information and having to relay it in a specific amount of time creates that type of stress in the comm. There's a lot of downtime with like setting up strats and setting up, you know, executes in Valorant that it's completely different, I think. But maybe that's just my take on it. How big do you think the sub nerf is going to affect gameplay in matches? No idea. I have to see what it looks like in scrims and stuff first. How do you guys do the veto process? It's like an hour and a half before the matches. Most of the time we'll talk about it as a team, or every time we'll talk about it as a team. And then we'll do it hour and a half before the match starts, and That's how it goes. Online, it's a coin flip for who gets team A, team B. Do your hardpoint vetoes, do your S&D vetoes, do the control vetoes, you get the map set, and then you warm up.
This has been a dizzying experience playing against OpTic Texas. And frankly, I mean, I don't even know what you do on the map. You're trying to force it over towards the A zone.
How do you react on your comms and not make decisions on them? I think you make decisions too. I think you just have a lot more to work with when you're playing CS or Val. Again, a lot slower in terms of the gameplay, so you can teamwork things and talk to each other more, where you can execute something. There's a lot more downtime in respawn, or sorry, in those type of game modes than in respawn. But you're still making decisions based on the updated info that you're getting in COD.
OpTic everywhere, all at once.
What does warm-ups look like on LAN? It's the same thing as you would in online. You just play like 2-3 respawn maps, maybe 4. That's really it. Just play the maps that they're going to be playing in their series. You don't warm them up in search. Who has more say in coaches? More say coaches or players in vetoes? I think it's equal. But again, I would never put a team that I'm coaching on a map that they are not feeling comfortable on. We're gonna talk about it first. If they feel that it's like let's say we have a bad map, but another team is 8-0 on another map. We're gonna have a good discussion on what we should do in that sense. Do we leave the map open and they're gonna pick it and we're squaring up on them? Are we good on that map as well? So we're also comfortable on it, but they are 8-0 and we just are really bad on that other map, and we played in scrims, and even on that other map they're playing as well. There's a lot of different things you gotta take into account, but we're always gonna have a discussion based on it beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, between us, the C9 boys, the observers, OpTic are making this one hard for everyone. 27-20 there for Shotzi. He's having a good time. Let's try and solve a Rubik's Cube that changes the colors of his face whenever it wants. That is not easy, boys.
We're gonna get some fresh JP emotes on Twitch here. Dude, I've been so bad at that. I gotta get him going. Let me know who you think is good with those. If anyone else does it for other channels. Are you or Damon more involved with strats and how to play certain maps, or is it equal? I mean, I think everyone is on the same page of bringing whatever they need to the table. I think kind of equal. I would say if I want to bring up something, I bring up something. If he wants to bring up something, he brings up something. We kind of have a structure as a team with how we want to play, and we're always going to have discussions, healthy discussions based on that. I don't think it's not like just one person or one player, really. Tiff is good. All right, maybe I'll reach out to Tiff then. I play CS competitively. I also played at a high level at one point. The comms can get loud, but you try to be precise because every footstep mattered. Not saying it doesn't matter in COD, but not hearing a step will lose you around. That's it. Yeah, that is another thing. There is a lot of stuff based on sound that can completely change things. Similar to search. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys don't hear search comms, but if you heard search comms, it'd probably feel the same way as respawn, or it's not respawn, as like COD or CS or Val. Respawn is just, I think, just different. What do you think your opinion on snipers in CDL? I think we should be using them most likely. I think it adds variety to S&D. I just wish it was harder to use. I do think it is easy as fuck to use though, for like a pro in these games. I just think the precedent has been set. Like in Vanguard, we use snipers without smokes, but we're not using snipers without smokes here. So I don't know. I don't know what's changed in that essence.
They just look like they're in hell. So yeah, pull out a sub and see if you can get a bit more.
JP, if you don't have hosts, you pick the side you spawn on, right? No. Well, yeah, and like amateurs and stuff, but there's no hosting in CDL or in scrims. Everyone's just playing on a neutral server. If you pick the map, then the other team picks the side. That's how it works.
It's the most awkward series of trades, and a slow cap here from Shotzi. Crimp's not going to pick this spot. Still get the capture done here from this position. Snaps was sweet, but not enough to get the kill. And again, just an awkward series of back and forth we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Would you agree that Skies is the AR version of Shotzzy?
Hoping for kills here.
I don't think so. I mean, that's,
17 seconds on the clock and we're
I don't even know what the fucking AR version of Shotzzy looks like. But I don't think so. I don't think Caesar's like that. That's not... I wouldn't classify him as like the AR Shotzzy. I think Caesar's Caesar.
Here comes the counter. Hoog's there for the trade. 3 lives.
What determines who gets to pick the map? It depends on the side that you have. So again, online it's a coin flip. At LAN it's whoever's higher C gets to pick the side. So if you, let's say, pick Team A, you're going to veto the first hardpoint and you're going to pick the first hardpoint. If you're Team B, you get to veto the first search and you get to pick the first search. You know, there's a whole system to it. What about sides and scrims? Kind of just random. The way I look at it is I want to play both sides on the day. So if we play on the first, well, we play on Team 1, like the top side in a scrim. For the first one, I try and get Team 2 for the next scrim. But it's not always like that. Sometimes it's just kind of random. But obviously you want to get a good amount on both sides. You never want to have to be just playing Team 1 every time. AJP, when you watching a match on this, are you watching the CDL stream or can you see all streams and comms? I hear the comms because I'm in the same room as them. But I'm either watching Brandon's screen because at me and Damon's desk. Oh Jesus! I literally pointed with my finger. Let me try. Me and Damon's desk are to like the right of Brandon over here. So the best way I can view is through like that way, via Brandon's screen. If I want to watch it live, or I watch the Codcaster feed from my desk. So I'll do either. During Owen's 18 phase as a coach analyst, did you feel like you overcooked a lot analyzing, or was it just really based on the player's mental during that stint? It was a weird time for everyone. I think it was based on kind of everything. I was kind of trying to take a back foot on it because at a certain point I was like, maybe we are like overanalyzing this shit. But I think the mental kind of took a toll on everyone. And even me and Damon, we were just like, dude, I felt fucking useless during it. I was like, we're doing all this work and it's not changing and we're going to 18. Like, what are we doing like different, you know? Literally felt fucking useless. It was a very hard time on the mental, I'm not going to lie.
C9 have been slaughtered.
You know why there's only 5 matches a stage instead of 7 like the previous 2 stages? Congrats on the 2 wins this past weekend. Great turnaround from the boys. Appreciate it. I think it's just scheduling. Like when they could schedule the events, and there was a lot more downtime towards the first half of the season, so that's probably why they did the minors and 7 matches. But now they book the events for like these dates and X, Y, and Z dates, and they just had to figure out how many matches they could put in those dates, I guess. Watched all your videos and applied them in ranked. Went from Hardstuck's plat to Erie solo queue in just a week. Damn. Good shit. That's dope. Missed these chats with you, JP. So insightful and down to earth. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right. Gone through our matches. What I want to do right now is just watch dealership with you guys. So I can see all the dealerships that we saw this weekend. Honestly, just want to get a feel for what teams are doing on that map. Because we didn't play it this weekend. And it is a new search map. So let's do that. Ken still friends with the guys on the team, or are they CEO players really aren't friends with teaming together? I mean, I don't know. I'd assume, I mean, he's pretty close with them. It's hard to like, you don't really see them all the time and you don't like talk all the time, but I think he's still cool with everyone. I would assume. I'm still cool with him. So I think everyone's still cool with him. I think it's just obviously a professional thing where you don't really talk too much with other teams, but every now and then like at LANs and shit, and I still text him every now and then just based on like league and shit that we talk about. but I can't speak for anyone else. I'm not sure. Do I like dealership? I have mixed feelings. I think it's better than Skyline and Vault because I think there's a lot more variety to the map, but I don't like how narrow these fucking lanes are. I think if these got expanded a little bit more and there was more to it, I think it would be so much better of a map. But I do like the variety. Like you can go A, you can have 3 guys A, lurk 1 guy here. You can go mid. You can have 1 guy lurk here going mid. You can lurk here, go mid. You can lurk here, go B. There's a lot of things that you can do on both sides that make this map a little bit interesting. I just think it's like a little bit too narrow and small. But given if it was wider, I feel like it actually could be really good. Or like a lot better.
Teams just sort of take their time, a little bit slower, and decide what they want to do.
But it's not just let's go underground, plan A, and then play post pan, you know? And that's what Vault was. And then Skyline, it's not just a one bomb site, or sorry, one bomb map where it's just plan A, or we go slow and then we wrap to A, you know?
Grenade breakoffs could be key, just to see what's open. Is Neptune going to get aggressive? But I think for defenses, it's all about middle of the map.
Yeah, I think Protocol is similar to that, but there is more of an evolution of Protocol because you can still go B. And it really wasn't like that too much on Vault and Skyline. Like Skyline just a little bit more involved, but still you wouldn't see it. At least Protocol, you can wrap to B, and the defense has to react to that by going back up the spiral or like deep rotating to their back, like gun heady thing. But you can wrap it pretty easily if you wanted to. At least there's evolution with that. With Vault and Skyline, it was just like you would never see things go B side.
Where Neptune is, because you have so much.
Yes, there was a lot more adapting to Protocol.
From A to B quickly.
Yeah, no. Quick transition plays. And Neptune
Thoughts on the league choosing maps with no team input? Sucks because it's not even like they gave us input on if this map was even good or not. But I think it's kind of necessary to get past all the biases with the votes and stuff. So I kind of agree on what they're trying to do, because other esports kind of, I don't even know if they like talk to the teams, and it eliminates the whole bias side to it. So I would like them to at least give thoughts about like, or take thoughts into account of like what's good and what's not, can it be played or not. But I like the fact that it takes away the bias. I think that's probably necessary for all these map type stuff, map decisions. All right, let's keep watching dealership. Again, I just want to see what teams are doing, trying to get a feel and idea for what teams are doing.
kind of played it slow on the attack, like you mentioned, looking for that opening pick, but it's them that gets picked apart. Nice opening round win for Surge. But I think that's a conversation we've had just, historically for S&D maps.
Cold Havoc played 8s on new map Barrage and said it was really good for 8 out of 10 for comp. Do you think other teams will test it? Maybe.
The dynamic of the map massively.
But again, I don't know. I mean, maybe teams will test it. I don't know. I'm not part of those conversations.
I mean, we've always had that in COD. You have to wait for your nade spots, right? What trophies do you have? Every single one.
We can suggest things, but if
you have trophies, maybe you throw a quick A.
doesn't get played, it doesn't get played. I don't know. Some teams are very good with testing that type of stuff, and some teams aren't.
Play quickly for now and just play around this B bomb site.
I'd say they're looking a little more attack heavy in.
So here, not Vegas, Vancouver, B-sided break with 1 guy playing any late pinches. On the Vegas side, you have 2 guys playing B, 1 guy middle, lurker towards A side.
More decisive than maybe we saw on the opening push from Falcon. So here we go. Surge, looking to hit it. See if the utility can hit.
That's a good nade.
The nade, but not able to win. Surge.
He banks the nade off to get this guy in the corner.
Through, hits the nade, but not able to win that opening fight. Nasty will get 1 at 3 and get away with his life for now. That's when we bomb down
Oh,
towards
team nade on AG.
That's
What?
not what you needed if you're Falcons. Team like getting.
Like the issue here probably is that like you can get to B, but with this guy having this free line of sight onto the bomb, basically, you need to have 3 watch this entire time. I think this is such a big hold that you have to have. Like if you're trying to execute A and you don't have someone here, you're throwing because you need unless you have someone guy like playing mid late here, but you still kind of have to at least when you're sliding out, you kind of have to be holding that the whole time. Do you think when studios make maps, they make it for CDL or for MP? For MP, 100%. They do not making maps based on CDL.
That's not what you needed if you're Falcons. Team nade comes in. Pred is going to drop. And now what was a 3v3 and you bomb down. It looks like a good situation. Not the best situation. Neptune, great slide to the bomb heady, and then Fries one. Last player cleaned up as well. Surge. Dominant early, maybe goes differently if the team kill doesn't happen.
Well, and that was just excellent patience there in that gunfight from Neptune, because he has the long slide, and I think if he comes up short and aims in, I think RC is winning.
This is a really big line of sight too. You jump on the bomb and you can see mid like this. You're gonna see this a lot.
The gunfight with the AR, but he goes all the way through to finish the slide. Right behind the bomb, pops up, able to find that kill, and then yeah, gets the angle. But you can just see from mid control for defense, there's the B window. You also have the vent on the other side. So yeah, we'll see what these attackers can do. Can you get mid control? Does it matter? We're gonna find out.
Yeah. All right, we're learning. Well, people at home learn. We're gonna have fun with it. But Neptune has yet to drop. Nasty yet to drop. All Surge early on. Similar kind of
Another spread from Vegas. Kind of just feeling for what the team on defense might be doing. Figured they're gonna wrap to A here. Just gotta make sure you watch your pinch because you can take really quick pinches on this.
Yeah, it's like which. Wait for a moment.
We got a trophy. We got a trophy. We're good.
Thank the Lord. Stun hitting deep.
There's Priest still watching it.
Booze is playing way back there.
Again, like I don't know, maybe technically they could have probably just hit it through mid and pinched them right away, but at least they're watching it now. Get the bomb down. Vancouver's gonna try and take from their side. Last guy coming through the garage side. Can he get it pick here? It's a good retake.
Did you see his body? Did you see his body fly? His body just ragdolled.
Dealership is just a banger of a map. Yeah, I agree, Jacoby.
Yeah, he went flying 20 feet.
I just like the variety. I like that you're able to do a lot of shit on it compared to Skyline Vault, but it is like you get to everything so quick.
Our POV, dude. I'm telling you.
I want to see it. Turn on drugs. He wasn't.
I could be.
I did not know Neptune and Hydra were teammates on Vanguard. Yeah, wasn't a great experience on my part. We were not very good.
Nasty. Get a couple headshot
I think Travis was very young, and we had a problem with Crim and Clay on the same team.
So last time they kind of group up and worked the bomb over towards B. Force kind of by himself right now with bomb
too. Yeah.
Yep. He's gonna get hit by Nate, and he's out of there. Down to 31. Just gonna back down for now. And this is, I'm thinking they're trying to. Force kind of. So last time.
So B counter, we're still holding mid. Vancouver's playing this super slow. They actually have the bomb guy B side alone. Booze is taking space towards A side though. He gets picked from it. Alec.
A presence A and then wrap this quickly to B, but they end up losing a player, so that kind of falls apart. Now you've got numbers for the first time, really, if you are Falcons.
CWL greater than CDL? Oh, 100%. That's an odd take at all.
Different angles.
It'd be cool if you like steal car keys, just hop in and start running people over. I mean, I don't know.
Do you think the league should handle the taking and adding away of maps? Probably. Again, it takes all the bias stuff aside.
Trying to find the angle. Eyes on one, eyes on two. He's gonna rethink it now. Great little shoulder there on the spot too to see Priestess cross out the bomb. Priestess able to win one though. Nasty.
I didn't like the fact that they took away, based on play rates, rewind search, when it should have been 100% either Vault or Skyline to begin with. When we put in what Hasi. And I don't like that we, yeah, basically that was the big change that I didn't like. I think Rewind Hardpoint was fine, but I mean, I don't think any of the Hardpoint maps are really good. They're just all like mid. But I think for sure the Rewind should not have been taken out in the first place.
Doesn't keep gun up, only gets one, then Falcons sweep them. First round up for Falcons, and while they finally get a first blood, they finally have numbers.
Well, yeah, and honestly, they throw the numbers away. Pred goes on the full flank, and it felt like maybe he should have just waited for his teammates to bomb down. They're on the board.
Like when a new title comes out, you know, you're trying to learn everything. First, you can just kind of hone it in on maybe one thing, but...
Spread again, Vegas, or I keep saying Vegas. Vancouver has a RC.
I think when there's sort of
Both teams kind of spreading.
map added in the middle of the year. It's
1-2-1s.
almost
You'll
like
probably see a lot of
fair side,
1-2-1s in
that-
on
I mean,
defense.
this is a chance for teams who need wins to get a big bump here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we talk, we say, you know, map pull all year.
See, like the way this plays is so much more of a search map than Vault or Skyline.
Helps
100%.
by this change, and
You're actually doing shit, getting info, making a play off of it, or doing like some blind counter type thing. You're not just rogue going to one bomb site, planning it, and then playing a post plant.
kind of able to do what Neptune did in round one, find that opening.
You have the option of A or B,
That's going to get dropped.
at least for right now,
So
from
once
what I'm
again,
seeing.
Numbers on over. 2 surge, car is out, get some damage in.
What do you want? Hardpoint was low-key the best Hardpoint map. Actually had 5 hills. I mean, I don't think having 5 hills is what makes it the best Hardpoint map. But again, I don't think anything was great. All the maps were mid. Let's be honest.
And I'll be honest, you know,
I do think it probably should have got stayed in, or probably should have stayed in for sure
but it's
though.
also like the attacking team. There's no just free.
Which COD do you think had the best map set in the CDL? So are we just talking about CDL? Just CDL, I would say low-key MW3. If you want, you can say Cold War. Cold War relied on remasters though. So I don't know how much you want to take into account for that. I think MW3's map set was so much better. I think MW3 map set was so much better than MW2. Oh my god. MW3's map set was so much better than MW2. The final map set at MW3 was miles ahead of MW2. Holy fuck. You hated Karachi Control? Really? I fuck with Karachi Control. Okay, are we talking about remasters for like... Jesus. Are we talking about like actual competitive remasters? I mean, MW3 was all remasters just in general, but like that's all we had to work with. CW was like, oh, let's bring back these like DLC BO2 maps that worked. MW3 were playing Invasion that was never played for Hardpoint or Control. Karachi that was never played for Hardpoint or Control. They were all just playing in Surge. Vanguard map set? Vanguard map set might be the worst in the whole fucking CDL. Bro, Vanguard map set was horrible. Did anyone like... Bro, Bow Cage, fucking bang out, just do whatever the fuck you want. Voodoo was boring as fuck. Berlin was okay, but it was still boring as fuck. Tuscan was okay, but again, I mean, only decent map, I would say, in entirety of Vanguard. Okay, I would not say it's fire. I think it was good. It was not fire. I'm never bringing Tuscan back to a competitive COD. That's what I'll say. I don't think I'll ever bring Tuscan back to a competitive COD. I think Gunrunner was better than Tuscan. I think Gunrunner was actually a good map. But Gunrunner was the only good MW 2019 map. Vanguard, the scene was just better as a whole? Was it? I think the scene is better in Vanguard, or in nowadays, than Vanguard and MW 2019. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. Hotel is the best new map in CGL. Cap. Cap. So much cap. Rio, 6-star. Moscow are all better than... They're all better than Hotel. Sledgehammer, the new map Ghost? They actually might be. Whoever's developing maps last year cooked.
Compared to your Skyline or Vault,
That's true. I mean, that was probably the most frustrating part for me as a commentator casting Vault.
I think it's gonna.
Hotel wasn't even the best map in MD2. I think it was. I think Hotel was the best map. What would you say was the best map in MW2? I feel like Hotel was probably the best map. It was solid in all 3 game modes. I think it was the best search map too in that game.
The tougher part.
Well, here's Here's a look at it. Here's a mid rush.
Yeah, probably the tougher part.
It's tough. At least the way Surge is playing this.
Yeah, probably the tougher.
Mercado? Nah.
Well, here's a look at it. Here's a
I would say hotel. I would prefer hotel.
Right up the gut
I think it was the best control map. I think it was the best hardpoint map. Or control and search for sure. What was it? Was it the best hardpoint map? I would say it was probably the best hardpoint map too. I would say it was probably the best for all 3 game modes.
go to the window is 04.
Wait, what was the third? It was Asilo, Hotel. What was the third control map? Oh, the snow one. Got added later on in the year. I forgot it was only 2 control maps the whole year. What was the snow map called? Expo. Yeah. Mercado, best hardpoint.
Utility going right towards Pred. Pred gonna reposition.
Eh.
It's another first blood now for
I liked Hotel better.
I think all but one at this point. It might be 5-1 in that count.
I thought Mercado was just free holds everywhere. P2, P5, P7. It was 7 maps, or 7 hardpoints, right? The 2 inside the green building, hard as fuck to break. And then also the P7 was hard as fuck to break. No? I feel like, what was the hardest or hardest hill to break on Hotel? P6? We had P6, P5, P4, P2, P3, P1. I feel like all those were easier to break than like the Mercado P7 and Green Hills. You know? Kitchen was hard to break. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it was hard to break. But the other ones compared to that? P2 if they had a full setup. I mean, if they had a full setup to any of these, the Mercado Hills, they're full 16, that shit. No? That's just maybe my case. All right, let's get back into this. We got to focus on dealership chat. You guys are distracting me. Come on now.
Now they'll get the bomb plant. With numbers they look to hold, someone going to have to make a play on the Falcons. Exit. Maybe opportunity.
Actually, fuck with the setup. Post pushing their side is probably their best bet
He's
now.
on 4, leading the way for his squad. Kind of clearing corners. Think he may got eyes on 1. Priest now taking an angle. Pop up, hello. Neptune, at least you stop him from getting multiple there because he nearly caught him.
Oh, that's a nice play by AG. Nice slide. Good retake. I didn't mind the setup they had though.
That's a massive round that's now giving them a chance in this map too.
Yeah, I mean, you lose early map control, bomb gets planted, but with dealership, like, bomb planted, there is a ton of time to just sort of work that retake.
Every POV kind of looked the same. Like, it was just kind of shouldering for info. Then once they saw where somebody was, just kind of slide out and chow. And
I say next game OpTic pulls out the riot shield. Maybe. Wait, is there even a riot shield in this game? I don't know.
But excellent job there from Falcons getting it done without numbers, but you don't want, well, I mean,
JP, do you understand what I mean when I say that the maps lately feel like they were made sideways or diagonal and we play them like 3-lane maps? I feel like there's no old school straight up maps like Subbase Karachi 6-star.
We'll see if they end up being a little more.
I don't know what you mean by the sideways or diagonal thing.
It seems like they've been spreading out, kind of waiting to kill
But
somebody,
I think I know what you mean, but I'm not 100% too sure. Like this is a 3-lane map. I just think that the 2 lanes on the outskirts are just nowhere near as wide as they probably should be. There's got to be more to it, I feel. It's just so narrow. Like these lanes.
The kill.
Trying to rotate maybe, just a lot of nades.
That feels like bokeh Justin D.
Well, they're gonna get to rotate, so bomb site wide open now for this play.
Nah, I don't know.
They can get there quickly. But
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like this is better than bokeh search. Maybe not though. I can't. It's hard to compare those. But yeah, I do think you can fly across to the map. It is super small in that instance.
Exit's gonna get caught, and well, it looked pretty good for him until Abuza shuts it down from deep. He's able to line up 2. Last guy will drop, and yes, it is still the offensive frustration for Falcons. What fell apart there?
Well, I mean, Abuza's all the way in spawn.
It does give me Rio vibes if Rio was on like the P5 side of the map. But the one thing I will say that's good about dealership is I feel like these are actual like bomb sites. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like in Rio, B was just in the middle of P1. This feels like bomb sites on each map and then mid is just viable to do both. You know? Am I leaving allowed to stream this? Yeah, why not? This is just VOD review. I've been doing it for a year at least.
He's able to line up two. Last guy will drop, and yes, it is still the offensive frustration for Falcons. What fell apart there?
Well, I mean, Abuz is all the way in spawn, and he's able to find 2 picks. But the map is like almost too small.
I do agree though. There are way too many exploitable cars. I agree, Gribble. Or sorry, who was that? Kato. There are way too many exploiting cars that don't need to be there. I don't know why. What's their obsession with that shit? But 100%.
You have to cheat towards that bomb with
Because of the CDL YouTube partner, just making sure now you're chilling.
They get there a couple seconds earlier.
Been doing it for a minute. I just can't do it live and while the CDL is going
A
on.
little bit better, but yeah, Habuza was the lone man for a moment, but well, he got the damage in before his teammates came in and kind of cleaned up. One more round now needed for Surge as they're dominating so far in the map 1 and now the map 2.
What did Abuja? Do you just need something? Oh yeah, they just double naded A.
They're dominating so far in the map 1 and now the map 2.
Double nade A. Watch your pinch if everyone's gonna go here. I'm assuming AG pinches this. Yeah, he sees space. They know they're their A side.
Yeah, they've shown
Abuz is reading the fuck out of this. That's a good pickup.
Abuza, big defensive round now into a first blood on offense. Bomb getting planted, trying to take her out. I think it's number 6 in Exton. They might try to find an opening. He's actually going to back it up and they're going to try and take it together, I think. He's actually in through the mid door. Neptune slides out to another heady. Beautiful job. Can't quite get away though. RC's will trade it out. Exton shouldering, just doesn't spot 04. Just tucked away.
That was a good A
That'll
take.
be the final one in. Vancouver in play and
Who else played dealership? I know Boston played it. Minnesota played it. Was Miami Vegas also one? I think so.
All right there for the actual control of the time.
I was just not going full screen. Oh,
The
there we go.
Saw dealership. With
Yeah, Rocker Boston, I know. Oh yeah, LET also played it too.
It almost looks like text backwards is. It almost looks like Texan.
Any tips on how to get better at watching the minimap? I know Scump and Zinni preach it, but I've have a hard time following than watching the screen. You just gotta force yourself to look at the minimap the whole time. This is all the way I see it, and the way like a lot of casual players will just watch this. It's all eye candy. This is like, oh, you get the shit-ons, you get the cool gunfights. This is where everything happens. You want to learn the game? Focus on this. You want eye candy? Focus on this. Very tempting, don't get me wrong, but once you get used to it a lot, you can kind of watch both at the same time a little bit. Because you know when a player or something is going to happen here, you can direct your attention if you want to see a shit on or whatever, then you can direct your attention back here. But for the most part, when you start just learning, you gotta make sure you're focusing on the. It's like the way I like to see it is if you're ever watching, any NFL fans here, this is watching the entire screen. This is watching the quarterback with the football. You're watching the defense. You're watching the routes of the wide receivers. You're watching the O-line. You're watching the defensive line. You're watching everything that's happening. This is the quarterback with the football. You see what I'm saying? You want to learn about the game? You watch this. You want to see eye candy? You watch this.
Hey, well, we've had our fun. Get back into the game. Nades are out. Watch out for all those exploding cars. It is a car dealership, of course. Franco finds himself a sweet corner.
You watch the trenches as an X card? Yeah, exactly. So
Hold here from the Vegas Falcons on defense.
you kind of figure out what you can see how plays get, and this is holy shit. This is actually a really good analogy. I didn't think about it in the moment, but you can see plays being blown up in here, similar to how you see plays being blown up in the secondary and in the trenches. Here you just see the quarterback with the football, and you're like, oh, he got sacked. He lost the gunfight, right? This is where you see everything that's happening. You see the routes, the timings, what players are doing on the map. This is like, oh, he lost the gunfight, you know? But there's a lot more to it. A lot. Same with basketball for sure. I'm not super in depth with basketball strategy. I wish I was a little bit more. It is pretty interesting, but I do a lot know more. Jesus Christ, I do know a little bit more with football analogy stuff.
Dropped immediately, exiting this first kill. Real banged up as well. Pressure on towards the bomb, which does not get planted, by the way. So less than a minute to play. And the Falcons, wait a minute.
This is a deep pinch by Rancor. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. You have the opportunity to do these like late lurks here, especially if you give it up fully.
Very deep hold here from the Vegas Falcons on defense. They're going to wait for the action to certainly get going. No trophies to be found, folks. Here we go. The flight of the Falcons.
How important is mid-control on this map post-plant? Pretty important. At least from what I'm seeing so far in these first few matches, pretty fucking important. Because let's say you're taking B, you plant it. A big heady here for like actually controlling the site is this. If you want to like take control of B site, maybe have someone late play lurk towards middle, make sure they can't use this heady. Or even just taking the site in general, making sure that like you're trying to work this, but also maybe late work this. So when you start trying to plant, you take control of it. Similar to the other site, even like the vent thing.
And the Falcons, wait a minute! Rancor on the flank gets two, traded out immediately, all down to super.
1v2. He was great in SCD the first time we were able to see him, and that is just a TDM round if I've ever seen on the square by the A side. And unfortunate for
I would say COD, especially hardpoint strategy, is a lot like soccer. You have ideas of concepts you want to do, but it's very fluid. I'm not too like knowledgeable in soccer, but I like to compare it to hockey because I played hockey, and it's again very fluid. A lot of on the fly, quick decision making, but I think it's a lot more. It's a lot harder in terms of decision making than all of those sports because of how dynamic everything is, and shit is constantly changing with the updates on the map, with who died, what you need to do, what you need to pick up, the variability of maps and stuff like that.
He's going to need the timing to go his way.
But that type of quick decision making, again, even with basketball as well, the quick on the fly decision making is very similar. I would say personally for like this for COD, it's probably harder because of how dynamic it is, but it's the same idea. Yeah, same concept. Can you do CDL Wordle real quick? I got you. You guys are distracting me from the VOD, but I do like me some CDL Wordle. I haven't done it in a minute. All right, who should we do? Let me do just random. Who's a random? Let's do Mac. Not saying Mac is random. I just like to do people that I've coached as my starter. Okay, I got US. More than 2 rings. Jesus. Or is this more or the same amount? I guess it's only more, right? I mean, it's got to be Clay, Krim. Well, they didn't play on NYSL. It can't be Damon because Damon's Canadian. Who else has 3 rings? Am I fucking faded? Oh, this is wins, not rings. I'm an idiot. Sorry. This is when I saw wins, I thought it meant rings. I say it's rings here though. They didn't play on NYSL Seattle. Let's see. Let's go Brandon. No, Brandon's Canadian. I'm a fucking idiot. Sorry, chat. I actually just threw that. Didn't play on Texas. Didn't play on Chicago. What's Chicago Huntsman. Wait, did Brandon ever play on Chicago Huntsman? I thought he was only on OGLA. Am I tweaking? He has 2 rings under 25. 2 rings under 25. Is Abe under 25? Who has 2 rings that's under 25? It has to be. Simp is 25, is he not? Or maybe it's Simp. No? Who's older, Simp or Abe? It's got to be Abe, right? Abe is older. I'm just gonna go say Simp. There we go. There we go. I didn't even look at chat. Oh, you guys weren't even giving it away. Let's go. I thought it was gonna be Abe, but I know Abe is older, so I was like, who's less than 25? It has to be Simp. Wait, how do I go off emo? Oh, thank you, sick. Or thick. I said sick, like thick syrup. Abe is 25. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, it's either Abe or Simp, and I'm just gonna go with whoever's younger, because it's less than 25. Because I know Abe played World War II and Simp didn't. All right, back to the VOD.
Again, you're relinquishing a lot of site control.
Top right, do the gridlock one. Oh, I forgot they have this as well. This is cool. Paris with 2+ chips. This is just chips, right? I'll just go Clay. That's easy. What? Oh, is this Paris? Paris is not Vegas Legion? Oh, I've just lost composure. So is this Paris Legion? Or what is PAR? That's 20, at least 24 years old with 2+. Let's just do Damon. At least 24 years old, teamed with Real. We can do Bettles. At least 24 years old. Vegas, we can do Temp. It's Paris? Okay. So Paris, 2+. Paris, 2+. Paris, right? So it's not Vegas, so it has to be year 1 or year 2? Who the fuck? Oh, Kiz. Paris teamed with Real. Paris teamed with Real. Bro, I'm struggling to remember who the fuck was on that Paris team. Or the Paris teams. Well, Real has only been... Oh, no, wait. Real was technically on Minnesota, right? Or what was he on? Well, Real was on Minnesota Academy? Paris teamed with Real? What the fuck? No, he wasn't on he wasn't on Minnesota. He was on Vegas. Or not Vegas, Carolina. Who was he on with Carolina? Reese? No, he was on Reese. Who the fuck was that Carolina team? Who was on that Carolina team, bro? It was Gwyn, Real, Fellow. Wait, was Fellow? Clay. I was like, was Fellow on Paris? Wait, no, but Clay is not Paris, right? Dude, why am I fucking faded on this shit? Team with Real and he was on Paris? Was Fellow not the player? I'm coming back to that. Paris and Vegas, this has got to be Donnie. Oh, wait, can I use Donnie again? Oh, no, I'm not allowed to use Donnie again. Who else? Oh, fuck. Who was on Vegas Legion and Paris? Is it only Donnie? I may have just fucked myself over. Was Johnny on both? There he was. Vegas with 0 rings. You do TJ. He says 0 rings, right? Team with Real, 0 rings. We could just do Rancor. 0 rings, 2+ chips. Tommy Zuma. Sorry, Tom. That was bad on me. That's my bad. Real Team with Real and was on Paris. I tried Clay, but it didn't work. Remember I tried Clay in the first one? Who the fuck was on Paris? Wasn't not Clay Fellow? Was Fellow pickup? Clay, Gwyn, Real. Who was their fucking fourth, man? GodRx. Wait, was he on Paris though? I don't. Was GodRx on Paris? It has to be him. No, it was Fellow. Wait, what? Did I not choose Fellow? Wait, chat. Did I not choose Fellow? I gotta go in the VOD. Did I not say? Did I not? Did I never put Fellow? Oh, I never officially guessed it. Oh, because I put Clay here. Wait, when was Fellow on Paris? Was that Vanguard? I fucked up, man. That's my bad, chat. Damn, I actually am pissed about that. Ah, I said it, but I didn't put it in. PAR is Paris Legion. Fuck, man. We tried to help it. Yeah, I was trying not to look at chat. Or I wasn't looking at chat. Wait, can we do Gridlock Unlimited? I want to do another one of these. Or is only CDL Wordle that's unlimited? Because I remember I was doing unlimited one before. CDL Gridlock Unlimited. Fuck, no, I can't. Dude, 97% of you said Tommy for 0 rings, 2 chips. You guys are... Bro, you guys are actually criminal for that. Oh no, 97% got it correct. But 53% of people said him. Damn, you could... There's so many people you could guess, and you guessed it 53% is crazy. That's so funny. Yeah, I did say the same, sorry. That's on me. That's on me.
Don't get in there, and basically once the team's in,
It's such an easy layup though.
Unable to though.
My bad. My bad, Tom.
Feeling good. Heretics, you really got to start shooting.
Last one, regular Wordle. Actually, I'm down for that. I didn't do the Wordle today yet. All right, what should we go with, chat? Actually, I don't want to... let's do chain. I don't want to ask you guys because I know you're going to say the fucking word. Let's see. Let's go laugh. Damn. Okay. Let's go... Have? No way. Let's go. L can't be there. Has to be last two. It's probably EL, right? No. You don't have HAE, so that's off the table. So it's HA blank E blank. So that would be HA blank EL. HA blank EL. Hassle is 2 S's. Give me 1 second, chat. Sorry, I got a text. I'm using X as a placeholder. It can't be LE, so try EL. This looks awkward. No. Maybe it's not EL. Maybe it is HAE. HAX. It has to be this. But what should we be going for X? Hazel? Wait, Hazel. There we go. Let's go. All right. We did it, chat.
Do it right away. 'Cause we know on Call of Duty, momentum based, and Pred is very much a momentum based player.
I was thinking Hassel, but Hassel had 2 S's, and I wasn't thinking of anything. I was like, what can actually fit there? There's literally only one possibility.
And it's a scary thing. That's a nice catch. Oh no! Supervise 2.
That was a fucking bang out of a round.
Real hot. He gets going. And it's a
Oh wait, we got to do connections though. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. We will finish the we will finish the dealership VOD. I need to do connections though. Because we did the Wordles. I gotta do connections. Pound, thump, pulse, beat has got to be one. Gorge, ridge, crater, hills for like earthy things, right? Hills, gorge, crater, ridge. That's got to be it. No? What? How is it not it? Okay. Never mind. No, gorge, crater, ridge, cape. Or cape has got to be it, because cape is like a water-based earthy thing. So I don't know. What's the odd one out? I got to see something else though first. Level, hammer, nail, hanger. Yeah. Okay. So we know cape is got to be in part of it. It's probably cape, gorge. Did I say caper? I meant cape. Cape, gorge, crater, ridge, maybe. Let's see. Locker, ball, hills, and print. Locker. Because hills seems like the one that is odd man out there. Will scrims be streamed tomorrow? Yeah, most likely. If I had to guess, yeah. I don't see why not. Locker, ball, hills, print. Why would that be part of the same thing? I'm not reading chat. I don't want to read chat. I have a feeling you guys are just gonna spoil this shit. Print, hills, locker, ball. Locker. I think this is it. I think I messed up with hills and cape. So I'm just going to try this, honestly. Yeah, that's what it was. Landforms. Then what is... Let's see if we can get the connection of this before we actually click it. Ball, locker, print, hills. Ball, locker, print, hills. Ball, locker... print. Only thing that makes sense for me would be foot. Oh, that is definitely it. Oh, wait, no. I can see footprint and ball of your foot, but what does locker and hills have to do? Oh, foot locker, football. Oh, that's annoying. I didn't get that. Good shit, chat. Whoever said foot in chat. Good job. All right, back to the actual VOD. We're working here.
It's a nice catch. Oh no! Supervise 2. Trades in from metals. Nice work. Last man left alive. Pred who wins.
Now one game of Catan? Yeah, I don't think so.
Miami Heretics.
No more games. No more games. We gotta focus up.
I mean, hey, strat well. Falcons stacking up the correct bomb
lights out.
Got one. You just have to see it go through the net, as we say. Both Real and RC sitting here on the donuts. Not
Give up B mid control.
fast this game is.
3 mid actually for Vegas, or
Real and
not
RC sitting
Vegas,
here on the
Miami here.
donuts. Not terribly surprised.
I got fucked up with the little colors for a second.
Excellent, starting things off nicely.
Where'd Exnid get that kill from? You just beamed the guy from there?
Excellent, starting things off nicely.
Yeah, you just beamed him from the window.
Again, it just feels like a headbutt, and a few players on that Vegas Falcons roster, they want the headbutt indeed. And here we go once again. Heavy commit right now on the defense from the Heretics towards B. They're backing out.
This is a great call as well. I mean, the A site completely open. Excellent, already got the first blow.
Wrapping towards A. Unfortunately, Priesta gets teamwork here.
Food for fodder.
He's
Would
watching the
like
push
to
through
have
for
been
B,
able to
but
pick up one
Miami
there
does a
in
good
that
job just
moment,
teamworking
or
together.
just, you know, left.
Holding hands.
Either way, 3v3, you do
How do you
bomb.
retake this?
Yeah,
Go through your
Fred's seen
side?
it as well, so he's got
I like the play by Alec. You push their side,
He's
but
completely exposed,
they just beam him.
especially now that Arstes is gone, so the rear guard is out of play.
he assumed that they were probably... I think he assumed that they were probably going to wrap through their spawn
Excellent,
after they
already
kill
got the first
Priesta.
blood. The second one he's been
That's
able
why he
to
takes
get
space to their
Priesta.
side. I don't mind the
For
play.
fodder, would have liked to have been able to pick up one there in that moment,
But
or
him
just,
dying here
you know,
kind of sucks.
left. But either way,
If he could
3v3,
jiggle and
you
get
do
and
bomb.
stay alive, that's the best play.
Bent as well, so he's got that
Fortunately, he
drop
dies there,
back.
though.
Excellent, his back is completely exposed. Try to play the trades.
I do like AG's play, though. You take back middle control, try and activate. This is a really good play.
Catches one out, and the escape is there.
Flying time. Oh.
No good with a pistol. Exnid has to
Exnid's going to play right by the fucking vent. Are they going to check this? They don't. Good play.
So is the trigger discipline. You love it.
Oh, they haven't checked it.
No, they're still going to get it. Oh, wow.
Goodness, oh, they haven't
I thought he was making a high IQ play. They actually checked it. If he plays this way, just so you can see the bomb, like can you angle yourself like that? You have to be able to, right? In this vent. I haven't played it or seen enough VOD to know, but you could probably angle yourself, right? If he angles himself so that this guy can't see him, so he angles himself like this way, sees the bomb, then you made the God play. But him exposing himself gives him the chance to die to this other guy. Not really, a little more, but not fully. Yeah, if you hide in the vent, just check it. Fucking what? Yeah, you check in
Oh, and so is the
at
trigger
7 or 8,
discipline.
7.5, whatever,
Oh, they haven't
and you're
checked
good.
it. They check it quickly enough. Oh my goodness.
That's all you have to do. You gotta just stay alive in the vent, not show, and then check
He
again.
did everything right.
Yeah, it's
Waiting for
7.5,
the
whatever.
Perfect opportunity. Miami Heretics, the
Or I guess, yeah, you
last
could probably check
thing
at 7 because he
that
checked it
happened
probably
to be
like,
the
what,
one
13 or something?
that was a
Consider activate and trap it. Try to get the double kill immediately. Don't like that too much. Back up and play time, or just shoot them when they come back on the cross. But you panic for a moment, you lose again.
Full mid control. Where's AG carring? I'm guessing he's carring B.
Back up and play time.
Yeah, he's probably carring B. They're playing soft A. But Miami's just full on mid control here.
So she goes.
And so she goes. Well, RC's in play right now. Metals is going to catch that. Stinger.
He
Are we gonna
directed the
get
car
it?
back to mid
Yeah, excellent.
because they got the information all of them were mid.
Lethal on the approach. And that's the bomb down as well. So that has been dropped.
You like
That will
dealership
not
for
be
comp?
away
Didn't
until
think you
someone
would.
recovers.
Actually, again, I don't mind it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, this is also 3
Or I don't mind it. Like it's better than Vault and Skyline. I don't think it's great, but it's still, again, it's variety. You do a lot of things. I think it's just a little bit too small and narrow. If it was bigger, it would be so much better.
Everything super last man alive for a 1 versus 4. Made it out.
Way better to watch than Vault. Completely agree. Better than Vault and Skyline at least. That's all it needed to be.
We got possible.
Super. Falcons 1 round count lead. For how long though? Heretics here on defense, and they chose right by being round count
Heretics
lead.
full stack B.
For how long though? Heretics here on defense. Dolphin, the back
Don't you have the timing? Don't you get there faster on offense? To like, maybe not. I thought you got there faster on offense. I guess not. Like to, not to the bomb obviously, but to like to here.
Defense, and they chose right by B.
Well, first blood there for Metals. The first blood storyline going to come into effect for Xnid because he is currently on a record-breaking pace and plenty of rounds left to be played. Because he is currently on a record-breaking pace and plenty of rounds left to be played, but can't add one to the pile just yet. Now you're trying to find an errant kill, and Xnid, I mean, he's backing people down. Real's jumping. So a mini-map.
Get the tags in. Dip boy. This might have given you a massive B. Yeah, they left the site. Quick.
Vegas is booming so much on this map. This whole round. Look at this. They kind of spread, take the bomb B side. Alec gets pushed up towards their their spawn.
And plenty of rounds left to be played, but can't add one to the pile just yet.
Priest is gonna follow him up. X is still like watching for this push through. He's gonna probably rotate over towards them. Priest and Alec take mid control. They go back mid after not being able to go to the garage. Go to the bomb site. They don't have the bomb though. They're gonna just push for these kills. Exnid is trying to get to them towards B site because B site's free now. And now they can plant B. Or not necessarily. Holy shit. This guy at the window is still being annoying. Exnid can't cross the bomb. Wow. He actually gets the kill too.
Big advantage right. What a wrap from Arcites. Instant kill. His teammates now backing up over towards the bomb. Metal's pinned and tagged. His teammates now backing up over towards the bomb. Metal's pinned and tagged. Big advantage right. His teammates now backing up over towards the bomb. Metal's pinned and tagged.
Sorry, I'm just watching the angle.
Wait, Exnid somehow drops. Arcites, 9 tagged.
I guess if you're gonna take bomb, I guess you need to go through the outer place. Like if it's late in the round and you don't have to worry about this mid shit, you gotta go around this way so that Alec, when he watches it, can kill this guy. The fact that this guy is playing this tight angle and can watch this and Alec can't kill him is the problem here. So I guess you wrap around this way. Make sure he at least has to take an angle if he wants to kill you, that he has to fight this guy.
His teammates now back up over towards the bomb. Metal's pinned and tagged. Big advantage right now, but wait, Exnid somehow go pre.
If he can just feel it too good, end up being down.
He picked up a kill from that spot. I'm gonna have to steal that one from ranked, ladies and gents. Well, trophies are in play this set time right now. He picked up a table there. He had a view.
Fast aid, double nade, trying to nade the cars.
He picked up a kill from that spot. I'm gonna have to steal that one from ranked, ladies and gents. Well, trophies are in play this set time round at A.
Exnid solo B, Priest is mid.
God's work over there, my word.
Exnid is fully committed to coming back to A, and these guys are wrapping. So Exnid is gonna wrap back.
Also, I need someone to myth bust for me.
And Real's holding the pinch from this. I like this play.
That door open and closed?
Yeah.
That's
Hold it for any late pinches. AG is holding this, and he could pinch it.
the garage door. Can you shoot the button to open or close?
Yeah. You can shoot the button. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
AG's not gonna commit to the pinch. Real's still holding it, so now they have a 4v3 technically on site.
Instant trade. Exnid finds another from the window.
Keep holding mid.
Instant recovery there. Raincore's going to make moves. The B-bomb site not a safe place. A though with thinking.
There's a lot of movement on this map because of the stuff that you can do. Because the map is so small and wrapping, there's a lot of movement.
Plans in this round, they have been thwarted.
Which is good. Very active S&D map. That's what I'm getting at least. First few times watching this.
Not doing this alone though. He does have
Alec once again getting pushed up here.
Right flank. So the subs are on the right, the ARs are on the left. Stuck in the middle with that. He's got Pred on his right, pressing the
What makes them get out of the site so quick? Oh, because they stacked it. They full stacked it. So now they're tweaking because these guys haven't committed yet.
Not doing this alone though. He does have his
and A is fully free.
So the subs are on the right.
So they actually all leave the bomb site except maybe one. Yeah, Metals is gonna stay here.
And Arceus is making noise to the tune that multiple heretics players.
The Real should have pushed toward mid when his team pushed to be that round. It's just a gamble you're gonna have to take. It's very hindsight because AG didn't end up pushing through A, but if AG was here and Real was here and AG pushes through and he gets a free kill, this wins them the round basically. It's just the fact that AG didn't take this route, which is heads up play because he knows that. I guess they know that he can pinch, but instead he just cuts to mid. Real doesn't know this though. There's no way for Real to know this, but he knows that they can full pinch like this, and he's waiting for that. Unfortunately, they just cut over to mid. Then he tries to play mid, and it's a little bit too late. Just I guess a gamble he was willing to take because they had shown A and fully got off of it, expecting them to be active on this side of the map as a defensive team. It's just you make the play, you live with it. Okay, just asking. No, you're chilling. It's a good question, honestly. It's just yeah. Again, honestly, he could have. It's just he wanted to make that play, and you live with that play. This was a nasty 1v2. Xnit put the moves on here.
Devil. Over the top. Gets away with his life. No, you devil. Oh, man. The double back with a knife would have been something, but now Xnit 1v2, and he's got these boys in position. Can he get the 1v1?
Just one of those split decision moments in COD? Yeah, 100%.
To win.
You're living with the fact that you're playing hard for this guy, and if he takes the route, you basically win the round. If he doesn't, you just have to work with your team to make sure they are trying to stay down from that mid, and that you're gonna have mid late. You know, so it's something you're living and dying by.
Lead in the series. Here we go. Over towards the B bomb site again, and Xnit plot armor in full effect, and he's having such a good time.
You're in this moment just to take the heretics down.
Man, he's
See,
having
offense does
such a
get there
good
faster.
time.
No,
Map point
maybe not.
Just to take
I want to see the timing on this.
Man, he's having such a good time. Map point Falcons to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Here we go. Over towards the B bomb site again, and Xnit plot armor in full effect. Here he go. He's dead. Metal's first blood. What a
Yalla mean, by the way?
blood in full effect. Here he go. He's dead. Metal's first blood. What a
Yalla mean, by the way?
yalla means like go.
See a lot of late activity, a lot of late movement on this map.
What sign of the might be?
I mean, this got him in a team with these world champs. The
You gotta
rest of
keep
that squad
your head on a fucking swivel on this map,
are ridiculous. Let alone Clay on
because the
this.
plays that can be made, they're very active, very quick.
Yeah, and I think heretics right now feeling that they are not very.
You're gonna watch the Around the Bar episode today too? Probably not. After this, I'm gonna go eat lunch and then
The jump checks through the window.
just chill for the rest of the day. Because I know I'll probably be streaming the rest of the week with the scrims and stuff, but I just wanted to do this VOD session with you guys. But I'm just I'll probably chill off stream for the rest of the day.
This could be it. Heretics together as one towards the A bomb site. Deep, deep, deep late.
Priest is
flank
jiggling for
simulating
information. He's gonna see people here.
on the wrap.
With that information, AG's gonna try and deep pinch. But look at Rancor, he's already ready for it.
On the wrap.
Again, head on a swivel, making sure
The flank is being watched.
that you're watching everything on the map,
Easy peasy.
or just keeping updated info on like what could be happening.
Can't stay alive for much longer. RCT
Will they go to the new patch? Yeah, I assume so. I'm pretty sure we're going to the new patch starting tomorrow.
Oh, man.
I haven't got like full confirmation yet, but I'm pretty sure.
Retake from the heretics.
Yeah, and Rancor going on the force spree as well, trying to heat things up. He had a moment on.
Notice teams struggling to get the bomb down. B overplaying the window, looking for a gunfight, not in their favor. It's just hard. It's hard to plan it if you don't have the mid control, or someone constantly watching over you. It is a hard gunfight, but again, it's hard to like plant while the guy is there. You need some other aspects or other teamwork to
What the hell? Got a fit. I'm on the bench.
kind of make sure it doesn't happen like that.
Plot armor. No, it's a two-man.
So hard because you can wrap so quick. Yeah,
Classic
that's.
strat we saw. It's the subs to the.
I think that's just I guess the beauty and the ugliness of this map. That's probably why people are really split on it, because you can make plays on it and be very active on it mid round. It's like it, just because you have control of something doesn't mean they're not right on the pinch right away. You just got to be really keen on everything that can be happening.
Shoots a little early, but that's absolutely fine. Oh, and he's trying to pull the aggro. He's trying to draw them in. The window is open as well. Reinforcements from Arsty's now getting involved. It is going to be an absolute throwdown on the bomb site.
See, like this is kind of the scenario I was kind of talking about. I feel like Alec is, I mean, I guess he wants to watch the pinch for his team, but he ends up going to a place where we know they're not already there. And I feel like in order for them to get the bomb down, they need to make sure that no one can play this window. So maybe instead, like, try and play late mid. I'm not sure what they were trying to do with this. Maybe there's something they talked about, but this is just me looking at this, trying to be objective.
He's trying to draw them in. The window is open as well.
Because I know he wants to get it to his team, but I don't know. I guess because like Priesta was watching the window, but since the kills go down, he can't watch it anymore because he has to watch this, and he can't watch the window anymore. So someone needs to pick up the window, and he's not. Alec's not in a position to get back to it and watch it. They just have to react to this guy who just got a kill, Real. Plus, he stops the plant here, right?
absolute
Can Exnid finish the plant? Because he gets off bomb, right? I think that's more on Exnid. He's got to finish the bomb plant. He probably thinks he needs to chow, but like Priesta has over him, no? Or maybe they saw both. I'm not sure like what the comms were in this moment. But if he gets bombed down here, they have a chance.
Reinforcements from Arsty's now getting involved. It is going to be an absolute.
Like he needs to finish planning with Priesta watching over him, I feel. Look how close he is to it. You got to plan and die, dude. I think. It sucks, but like the plant helps your team so much, I think, there. Maybe that's nitpicky.
Down on the bomb site. Trades are in. 3v2. Super gets involved. Last man. Can the newcomer to the team clutch up in the 30 seconds? Peek. 1v1. Bomb planted. Peek. Peek. 1v1. Bomb planted. Exnid versus Super. He goes for the
I thought he was going to win this 1v1. The map was going so well for him the whole way.
Super wins it! And you best believe there's a little bit of extra love in that one.
When teams figure out how to play mid on offense, this map is GG. That's what I'm saying, Sam. This map is a lot of late activity everywhere. I was saying that you got to keep your head on a swivel because people are just being active on this shit. Late mid, late through B if you're going A, late A through if you're going B. Mid is everything on this shit though. The fact that like on both sides you have access to it through the vent and through this window is fucking insane, by the way. This is like everything on B. Yeah, that's what I was saying here, Sam. Like I think they get B and they get so much B control. I think Alec is playing for the pinch. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But he ends up like drifting towards his team over here. I think if he late plays mid, make sure he can't, or this guy doesn't have to tweak about this. This guy doesn't have to watch the window anymore, and this guy can play for anyone that's coming deep their elbow side. It's so much easier to work with. Because what happens here, Priesta has to watch the window the whole time. Boom. But once activities actually starts happening here, he gives it up because they got one kill here. But I mean, there could be more people here. So now he starts worrying about here. No one's watching the window. And it makes it so weird. Because he drifts, like Alec drifts over here trying to be closer to his team. But I think mid is really important.
He's now getting involved. It is going to be an absolute throwdown on the bomb site.
Yeah, I agree, Sam.
3v2.
Mid late plays are just everything right now.
Can the newcomer to the team clutch up in the 30 seconds?
All right, let's go to the next dealership. Boston, Minnesota, right?
You know, the other important thing about this.
Wait, did Boston play it in their first match? Or do they only have one match? No, they only have one match this weekend. Never mind. They played Rewind and they played Dealership.
Yo, it's this predictive to develop as it's already a chance. So Rocker got to figure it out and figure it out quick.
We'll see what they want to try to develop as there's already the defensive play lingering through.
Full B stack. Minnesota gives it up. Cammy's playing the D pinch.
Get a quick plant like that.
But see, this is the play where it's like you're gonna see a lot of teams. This guy is just gonna late play mid, and these guys like have to like keep their head on the swivel for this. This is what Sam's saying in the chat.
That B is mind blowing. Minnesota now have to try to play retake, and this post plant's very dynamic.
Oh, thanks.
Look how Cammy's playing. He's waiting for people to push through A. He's waiting for people to push through mid. But eventually, later on in the round, dude, I didn't even know he was gonna do this. But it's like that's how it's going to end up playing. You know this shit already. Problem here is though, these guys just work really well on elbow side. They're able to teamwork Purge. I guess Purge didn't realize that he can be seen like that easily from this corner. Maybe. Or Nero just checks it. I mean, that's a great fucking clear from Nero. Like, honestly, that blood is everything. And look how Kenny's playing it. Like, teams are going to be adapted to this. Kenny's playing it knowing that people are going to try late pitch mid and get control of this window. And just get control of mid in general.
Now you just got to stall out time of your breach.
Yeah, so far so good. Awakening for one. Dealt with by Nero.
Look at head on the swivel, dude. I fucking love Cam, dude.
Yeah, so
Keep
far,
watching
so
it.
good.
Help his team out. Keep watching it. He knows someone's gonna try and late play this shit. Cammy ended up opting going that way. They know last guy's there. They defuse.
Just jumps right tone retakes.
Head on a swivel. Constantly looking to your side.
Totally different, but it works out nicely with that mid-map control. Rocker, secure the first.
2-1-1, 2B, one middle.
Now all of a sudden, Rocker
Full mid control from Minnesota.
Right through mid-map. For middle was playing it passively. Out.
They aped this shit.
Rocker, secure the first.
Definitely different, but it works out nicely. Now all of a sudden, Rocker hitting the
Rocker, secure the first.
Wow, they have the timing to. He gets to the window as they're like at B base. Oh, okay, yeah.
Control. Rocker, secure the first.
definitely different, but it works out nicely. Now all of a sudden, Rocker
control. Rocker, secure the.
That should not get there super quick. Holy fuck.
With that mid-map control.
I mean, if you're not gonna go.
Secure the first.
Did they tack this from the window?
Hey,
If you're not gonna go mid, you gotta make sure that they can't do this shit.
Rocker, secure the first.
Definitely different, but it works out nicely. Now
Right? That is really quick that they're there.
Mid-map, try to get to the window to be, and that will work out. Purge, who was largely responsible for middle, was playing it passively. And now it's just down to him and Cammy. I think Purge, no, he actually does not see him on that corner. And he's saying,
Sitting there, down there,
bars. Because, like you mentioned,
Okay, full A hit. Last guy watched the pinch.
that set play was never seen. Trophy system
Nades are in. Oh, it's a team nade.
But not the cars. Because, like you mentioned,
Is it their team nade or did Minnesota throw a nade that blew up one of their nades?
Trophy system down keeps
Wait, he has a trophy. What? What happened to the trophy? It blocks? The fuck? Was it a team nade that blew it up? Or did his trophy blow up? What the fuck happened? Why does his trophy not block it? I don't know. That was weird. Because the trophy explodes. The trophy exploding explodes the car? That's insane. I'd lose composure. Why do the trophies suck in this game? Damn. Or maybe they just threw all their shit? Did Minnesota throw that much shit to explode it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. I'll be honest.
Awakening will explode as he tries to approach the A site. Geo right there from the backside with Estriel to shut this down, leaving it just to Purge, and he's really got nowhere to go but out.
yeah, 1v3. They're chasing you down. They're not going to allow you to get out for free, but Purge has already been able to get out of dodge.
Yeah.
Now you reset here with the bomb being down at A, but once the information is gained, Kenny also has an AR in the back pocket, and this so far has been third down Purge. I'm saying there's way too many cars, man. You just need a trophy system basically for every single one.
Double nades, trophy. They get naded themselves. They say fuck that shit. Let's wrap out.
So now you cannot commit
late mid's interesting because you basically gotta fully retake it. So you see how Esther like trials this shit here. Because they can be mid themselves, but they weren't. They were playing soft on it too.
So Minnesota can't
Just trying to get info on where they're at. Try and nade this guy at the back elbow. They still have a full mid control. And Minnesota or Boston is just camped up in their spawn based on the nades from the beginning of the round.
Everything over towards there, you're gonna retake through the middle of the map, and not.
But again, Minnesota's active with it. Let's see how they try and retake this. 4 people elbow.
Yeah, they're gonna retake this stone very, very quickly. They have the numbers. You just gotta try to.
4 people from the fucking elbow.
Yeah, they're gonna retake this stone.
That means Estrel's trapped on bomb. It's important because technically, like, if they had X-ray vision, this guy pinches here, but they don't know all 4 of these guys are actually retaking this shit like this. That's a lot of people. You need 5 and 7 to try and stay alive. They're just double angling this. This is good teamwork from 1 and 2. Constantly holding the window, knowing that that someone's gonna try and peek from here, and you're already pre-aimed watching this shit.
The numbers, you gotta try to isolate on these gunfights, and you strike at the right.
Clean retake from Boston, actually.
It's a mid-round of that retake. So Boston able to put one on the board, and now they're trying to dictate how simply get outnumbered in that retake. So Boston mid window gets back down.
Geo with the mega pinch that round. Yeah, it was a mega pinch. It works if they're able to stay alive. Like if Estrel's able to stay alive middle, and Ken stays alive for a little bit longer their side, it's doable. Make them try and actually hunt you down and shit.
That retake. So Boston able to put one on the board, and now they're trying to dictate how the map is going to be played. The aggression through the middle. So Boston able to put one on the board, and now they're trying to dictate how the map is
Mid control, awake with the late play B side, opens things up.
Strikes to the first blood.
I absolutely love that. Boston
Again,
is stuck at mid. So
lurking
many nades being off the
activity,
direction, but
be
as
quick
we
with your
start to see
decisions.
Nades come through the B
You get rewarded
windows,
for it.
Awakening says, "All right, I'm gonna try to
On
find
this map,
1v1."
it's just all
Beautifully. Now a lot of
being
pressure on
active.
Minnesota to try to deal with this.
very
And
active.
it may come down to Estriel timing-wise here at front office window.
I'm telling you, that you're gonna see so much movement on this map compared to any other search. Because the amount of space that you can actually get on the map, it's a very small map.
And gives one right there to Geo, and the same thing could be said on the opposite side for Kenny. Makes it a 2v2 bomb planted at B.
Must be weird now, like Ken on a different team now. Yeah, it is a little bit weird.
On the other side of the map,
But
it will make Boston
that just
consider
happens
the potential for a long flank. And you
from
can
being
see
with
Purge
players and being
way
not being
out
with
of the
players.
picture, leaving Snoopy. The time Geo kill. This time the trophy system gets
The round now only down by one.
This time the trophy system gets placed a little bit further back, and it does find success to keep this Minnesota offense safe on the corner. But
Good shots.
yeah, I was gonna say it still doesn't help taking away the long range angle the Cammy's on. Secondary trophy gets placed behind us. Looks like Minnesota do want to just kind of hedge their bets and still try to force this, but Purge on 4 to roll.
No.
Hero from the window catches away the long range angle the Cammy's on. Secondary trophy gets placed behind us. Looks like Minnesota do want to just kind of hedge their bets and still try to force this, but Purge on 4.
Again, so the four wrap retake works on the B side. This time it doesn't work. I think it's a little risky sending all 4 people with how much space the other team can get.
We're just trying to isolate that gunfight.
What type of prep do coaches do going into a LAN weekend? Just
31 HP in the
watching the other team's VOD from like the last few matches and the last few times they played specific maps that you know that they're probably going to play them on.
Minnesota Rocker rotating.
Yeah, we cut
Do you get in calls with Damon to review your matches and other matches with different maps? We do as a team. Like sometimes I'll talk to him one-on-one on questions I have and or like things I was thinking of. But most of the time, any conversation stuff is just full team stuff. Because at least me, I want to have the perspective of the players too. But yeah, there's stuff that we bring up to each other every now and then.
Still going in favor of Minnesota. Fights. Able to catch the double to tie the game up.
Rocker heavy stack at mid. Really only using a couple of stuns there by the sound of it. One last follow-up just to make sure. But yeah, I think that's at least 3, if not all 4 stuns from Minnesota being popped. They don't find the content they want at middle.
Landro Ramsey, Landro Ramsey, appreciate the gifted tier 1 sub to Fresh Gamer. Thank you. Appreciate that, Matt. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. All vetoes are vetoes all database decisions or how the team feels? A combination of both.
And now the delayed hit comes through. Just the absolute worst case scenario. It does get traded away, but still, that's good news for Boston, able to open up the space.
Yeah, without question, man, because now they don't really have to put a lot of focus on the tax being in.
What was the hardest team convo you guys had last year? No, this one? Or you mean like not this one? After Major 4. Obviously, because we bombed out Major 4, and that's the last event going into Champs.
Invested. Kenny is able to find
So that was like the hardest one.
While the bomb is getting planted at B, and Cammy, unfortunately, you were going to give a high 5 there to Geo. It's a 1v2 for Snoopy.
Soda being popped. They don't find the content they want at middle, and now at least 3, if not all of it. Heavy stack at mid. Really only using a couple of stuns there by the sound of it. One last follow-up just to make
See, this is the problem here.
Yeah,
I think Nero should, I mean, this is so hindsight. I mean, I hate to say it, but the mid control is so important. And if you leave one guy mid and you haven't seen anything A yet, this guy just gets teamworked. I'd rather him stay there, keep getting checks at the window if he wants to, but play off of number 6 Estrel mid here.
They don't find the content they want at middle, and now the delayed hit comes through.
Gio ends up getting the trade, I guess, which is fine. But
still, that's good news for
that's what I would like. What is Nero doing? Is he carring or something? Or he just
A lot of focus on the tax being
Is he late
invested.
playing?
Kenny's
No,
able
he
to
is
find the
carring.
kill, though.
Oh shit. Okay, that's what he was doing.
Still, that's good. The delayed hit comes through.
That might be the issue with cars on this map, with the quickness that you can do plays on this map. Cars are like, you gotta explode that shit sometimes, I feel.
That's good news for Boston, able to open up the space.
Yeah, without question, man, because now they don't really have to put a lot of focus on the tax being invested. Kenny's able to find the kill, though. While the bomb is getting planted at B, and Cammy, unfortunately, you were going to give a high five there to Gio. It's a 1v2 for Snoopy.
Just playing inside the hut. Oh, good predictions.
Planted at B, and Cammy, the tax being invested. Kenny's able to find the kill, though. While the bomb is getting planted at B, and Cammy, unfortunately, you were going to give a high without question, man, because now they don't really have to put a lot of focus on the tax.
Oh, he goes right underneath Gio. I was like, how the fuck did he get there? He goes underneath and up the stairwell right behind him.
Kenny's able to find the kill, though.
Oh, good. The follow-up eliminates.
For Boston, keep the man advantage on his side, and then the retake even better. Rocker take the advantage again.
Hit over towards B. This time the defense going to get there. Awakening's knee has been seen. So that's enough to know that for Minnesota, this approach is going to be heavily contested. Trophy system deleted, though, and Awakening could be in trouble.
This is full on B, and Wake just lines up for two-piece.
Trophy system deleted, though, and Awakening could be in trouble.
No way.
It's the lineup instead before the stun comes through. What a critical 1-for-2 exchange that is for Awakening. And Boston should feel pretty comfortable that his defense is still solid.
Stun, but by the time he throws a stun, two of the teammates get aggressive at the wrong time. And Awakening, who looked like he was going to get blooded.
Boston's just gonna wolf pack this. The 3 guys.
Stroke
All right.
from Wake.
4-4. See what happens here.
Ties the game up. Now Boston
Little
gonna take a
spread,
slow and
get
steady
info.
approach on this offense. Let's see
Not
what
showing anything
Minnesota
yet.
are trying to take away from them. Not any information.
Here's
given
got
so
pushed up
far.
A. He doesn't see
Everything's
anything.
dead
Let's see if he
solid.
pushes through this or wraps
We're gonna
back.
start to rotate over towards B.
They're all wrapping towards B. They don't see anything B here yet.
With no
They're in their
utility.
angles. Number 2, Cammy's gonna watch the full pinch. He's in a dirty spot to watch it. What is he gonna go in the coffee shop? Yeah, he is.
Minnesota aren't mad about this,
Cold,
though, Alan.
silent.
They retook it the last time with ease in a
Correct.
4v4, so.
But the difference
Easy
here, Jay, is
plan, and then bro, I swear you leave one guy here, and I think these 2 guys play mid. I think that's a god play.
there's trophy systems for Boston, and they have
I
a
fuck
full
with this so
tool
hard.
belt worth of utilities
But
still.
look at Minnesota. They're gonna play mid as well. They're gonna say, "Fuck you guys. We're not letting you guys have this shit for free."
Minnesota again need to play a little bit quicker.
Really good job.
Blood comes through mid. Awakening on the corner.
Really good job by Minnesota there.
Stun is there. Estriel.
Now you just suffocate them. They can't even get back to bomb.
There's trophy systems
That's why this mid shit is so important late play.
for Boston, and they have a full tool belt.
Bombs down at B. Both teams are now playing in this mid.
Worth the utilities still used.
And everyone backs
Purge
off
gets it
too.
back
He's
down.
gonna give up their
Cammy
life
tries to
for
go,
us,
and
30
Gio
seconds
rips
to go.
him.
Minnesota again need to play a little bit quicker.
And now they just trap him, not be able to get back on the site. Really good retake by Minnesota.
Stun is there. Estriel falls still, but the problem is Minnesota just hop on for the defuse.
KJP, I constantly hear that the old Falcons team lack fundamentals. Can you elaborate what people mean when they have no fundamentals, or when they say fundamentals? Fundamentals are just like what you should be doing
They retook it
on the
last
map.
time.
Wow.
Rotate over
What
towards
your team's doing, or what you should be doing to either help them or
No utility.
just help the team in general, the right play in the right time. Hey, what's good, Ken?
Utility. Wow.
I'm just watching you guys dealership, my guy.
though, Alan.
You guys have
They
some good shit
retook
you're
it the
doing.
last time with ease in a
Correct.
4v4, so.
But the difference here, Jay, is that there's trophy systems for Boston, and they have a full tool belt. worth
Ken,
of
how do you like
utilities
this
still
map as just like a competitive map?
Everyone backs on up too. No one's gonna give up
This
their life
retake
for
is godlike, by the way.
free, so 30 seconds to go. Minnesota again need to play
I actually, I'm more to watch it. I at least fuck with it because you can do a lot of shit on this map. But it's like, it's so quick on what you can do, and everything's just like, keep your head on the swivel. Just act like late activating fucking super fast shit.
All but first blood comes through mid. Awakening.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's better than Vault and Skyline. It's still, dude, I was talking to Brendan, but I was like, bro, if this lane and this lane were just wider, this shit is so much better. This shit is so fucking narrow. Like, dude, I feel like going A side is just like, oh, it's so AIDS unless you like do it super quick and just nade the fuck out of them.
On the corner. Good damage. Stun is there. Estriel falls still, but the problem is
My life is sorry, at least have control. The only thing that can break
Wait,
this
Ken,
is
did you
something
see
like
you see T1 Gen G?
super deep pinch.
How banger of a series was that?
Boston were in that route. So Minnesota again on a successful retake.
Banger, bro. The fact that it was a 1v1 Chovy faker at the end, I was like, this is some anime shit. Holy fuck. Chovy just actually ran them too, though.
To deal with us. Now you've got an opportunity here for Minnesota to put
Yeah, he actually ran the fuck out of them.
For the plant at B. Retake to be required for Boston.
Max aura.
They did it by all 4 members flooding from
Dude, they're gonna 4-hit elbow again.
got the safety blanket this time of trophies and Ken over the top and purge.
This shit worked again, bro.
Oh my god.
They had the late pincher again, but it's not enough time. This is why I think the mid shit later on in the round, like, because the last time they did this, Estral was mid, and he chowed the window, and they just double chowed him. I think if he just stays alive mid, I think it's much easier. Especially if you have the late player this way. You're getting joked. I hear that.
Required for Boston. Last time they did this,
Ken, be honest, were you on the worst shit with us or what?
This is the same setup, but Estrel's got the safety blanket this time of trophies, and Ken over the top and purge still wins the first gunfight. Oh my! Joking? No way! They just won.
It looks like a funnel if nobody looks through the window. Yeah, basically.
Maybe a chance to take the diffuser off, but
you said, bro. Oh my god, I lost composure.
Oh my god, last time that they matched up was what, like December 7th? It went all the way to a game 5 round.
Chicago server feels insane here. Bro, what is Minnesota on? Bro, Ohio is awful. Bro, I'm telling you, chat, the servers are fucking dog shit in this game, dude. It's so weird.
Situation, just on a different map.
It's actually so weird. Some teams are like, this feels fucking insane. This shit feels ass. And it's literally just your routing, whatever internet you have. You have AT&T with those guys as well? Or no? That'll be interesting to see too. 2K. Bet.
Minnesota's gonna go right back into the quick B hit. Waiting for the stuns to come through first. There is a trophy system down for Awakening to play.
Alright, spread here from Boston. What was number 1 Carring? Carring A or something? Carring mid, I assume? Yeah, Carring mid, because they don't have mid control.
There is a trophy system down for Awakening to play safely in the backside of the site, but that gets...
Ken doesn't see anything. Cammy's gonna hit a late flank here. He's watching for anyone that might be pushed up on their side. They get Estral off bomb for a second.
Instantly gonna put the bomb down, but this time, look at you have Cammy working on the deep pinch. The contest is already gonna be here. Put the bomb down, but this time, look at you have Cammy working on the deep pinch. The contest is already instantly gonna put the bomb.
I feel like Purge did this before anyone was ready to hit it. No?
Instantly gonna put the bomb down, but this time, look at you have Cammy working on the deep pinch. The contest is already gonna be here, but the first blood goes in favor of Geo.
Yeah, Estrel hops off from the plant to just make sure he's got his gun up. It's a different stroke here for the defense.
This angle is huge, by the way. This is what I was talking about before. When you're watching over bomb, everyone's going to be using that angle. Fuck, this is so hard to retake now.
Snoopy still waiting for a time to go. You've got Awakening who's going to be playing off.
Oh, they get the guy off bomb. Does Estral not have a good gunfight here? I was working this shit like a stream. Wait, does Estral not have a good gunfight here? Isn't he on the bomb site? He might have just got ripped, honestly. That's good help from Geo. You and him should have switched. Yeah, no, isn't it so awkward though when you're like right underneath this window? The thing is, you already have Geo like in the angle watching over. But yeah, I guess so. Oh, because he has a sub, right?
Snoopy still waiting for a time to go. Kenny, now you've got to find a way to retake this. Trying to play for the contest.
Yeah, he has a sub in this.
But now you've got to find a way to retake this 3v4, and this is all coming through middle. Kenny, opening shots are decent. Snoopy still waiting for a time to go. You've got Awakening who's going to be playing off. Got one. He finds the first 3v4, and this is all coming through. Time to go. You've got Awakening.
I at least like this map because there's a lot of thinking in terms of like what you could be doing, just activity-wise. I don't think it's fucking
takes nine.
Great search map, but it's better than the others for sure.
Four-man setup to try to retake with the numbers. You were doing it.
All right, we got one more. LAT Seattle, I think, play this shit. Yo, just so you know, Ken, I've been fucking grinding TFT, by the way. Your boy's gold 3. This set is fun as fuck. Tackfest A, we already know. Damn, Neptune is already pushed up in this shit. Amp strategist player arm, I guess. What the fuck, Archie? Is that not everyone in this set though? Your boy's an any main. But I'm trying to get a little diversified. It's such an easy fours, bro. It's so easy, bro. Archie, I'm telling you, I was in a lobby and the top 3 players all played any fours and we all got top 3. I was like, this shit's so broken.
Yeah, it's like a domino effect of car bombs. Works towards where Nep gets them to opening round win.
JP, do you play it all? COD? Not much anymore. I'll play like release and maybe some rank, but I don't play as much. You'd watch me stream TFT, brother? Maybe I'll do another TFT stream. I did one a while ago, but I don't know. I like to chill when I watch or when I play TFT. What is TFT? Team Fight Tactics. It's like the Riot auto chess. What was your favorite comp COD? BO2. Easy.
Yeah, definitely did. He's looking to get aggressive on their defense through B. Looks like this has been at least some
BO2 and then I think BO3 and AW are like right next to each other. Those are my top 3.
In towards arches, plus a first blood from Scrap means that this B side is really
Those are all fun to watch.
Now Vancouver, tough to make a decision here because you know that Abuza yet to take space over at A. They were probably
Scrap may not make a difference though. Envoy still gets up in towards arches, plus a first blood from Scrap means that this B side is really no longer an option for Vancouver.
Now Vancouver, tough to make a decision here because you know that Abuza yet to take space over at A. They were probably banking on a rotation here from LA, but they stay strong on their setup.
Is able to respond.
Thieves are going to bite on that bullet and think about that rotation out, but they just stand strong, tie the game up at 1 on their defense.
Similar offensive break off here for Thieves. This time Envoy will get in towards the small room. Plus the nades behind.
Sorry, I'm just focused on watching some of this shit.
The thing that's different about this defensive setup though for Vancouver is Abu's playing way deeper.
Oh, is this the wallbang? Is this the wallbang someone was talking about in chat, by the way? Yeah, this is interesting.
Abu's playing way deeper, and Nasty's showing us a couple of pre-fire spots through the vent. First blood also comes to the surge, and Envoy's in trouble.
Wow, the fact that you can wallbang, that's actually really important.
He knows he's eventually going to get overwhelmed, and Neptune strikes for his second kill of the round. So now
Surge got slammed this series? Yeah, they did actually.
Start to rotate that bomb on out, but with the knife out, you're not going to be prepared for the gunfight. Nasty takes care of Scrap. 1v3.
I think there's quite a few wallbangs. What's good, Chance? How's it going, my guy? Chance, what do you feel about dealership? I was saying, and Ken was saying the same thing. I think it's better than Skyline Vault, guaranteed. I think if it was a little bit wider on the the outer lanes, it'd be so much better. But I like the activity on it. You see a lot of movement. Both sites are viable, somewhat. I think B is a little bit more, but it's at least more fun to watch.
Trophy systems there. They're saying, okay, the nades has us a little weak. Abuza chose a very tough spot to sort of defense so far here on Jalen. It's safer, and his teammates able to help him. All out defense so far here on Jalen. A pace change up though, and his teammates able to help him. All out defense so far here on Jalen. A pace change up, and his teammates able to help him. All out defense so far here on Jalen. A pace change up though, right through the middle of that for both squads.
Yeah, think about this as the defense.
Window fights by B might be the most awkward in the game. 100% better than Skyline and Vault. For sure, for sure. 5v5 dealership? Fuck no. I don't even want to think about that. You'll never be able to make a play.
Ghosty has just a sliver of an angle to look at it.
And I don't know if they have the info that the bomb is actually going to be down. The bomb seemed blind. Go low down your offensive approach, gain some info, and then develop off of that. But now LA, your turn to potentially take the opening offense here on map number 2. They're going to leave the bomb and spawn. And look how aggressive Envoy already is.
Yeah, I mean, this is all focus onto Hydra. Stuns and Semtexes light him up at middle. You can see two defenders are watching this avidly. But you have to be cautious here if you're Neptune, just because of this side door as well. Shots back and forth, but now here comes that pinch from Envoy, just waiting for the proper time to make his move. Up and behind one, trying to back and forth. But you have to be cautious here if you're Neptune, just because of this side door as well. Shots back and forth, but now here comes that pinch from Envoy, just waiting for the proper time to make his move.
Neptune actually got a kill in that scenario. Wow. You think Haven will be added to comp? I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what Haven is. Is that one of the new maps? Haven and Barrage. Does it look good, chat?
At the same exact time. Like it's let's use the time Envoy is able to strike. All four already found the approach again.
Bashed at mid once again. Vancouver.
Barrage sucks.
Get to arches quickly. Abuza just
Haven is a map coming in later that was made by Sledgehammer. Well, that's probably chalk then. I feel like it would have to be within the patch that we're playing on it, or we're about to play on. If we're gonna play it, I assume it would be too late. I don't know. Maybe not. Actually, I guess it could be added from Major 4 and then we play it. So it's not such a big thing. Did we was 6-star Major 3 or Major 4 only last year? It was only Major 4, right? We didn't have 6-star Major 3. So 6-star at least got added last Major and then we played at Champs. So I guess it is technically possible.
Then you don't really have an angle. No one has yet to be
in the site. Vancouver's going to go through aggressively at the corner on A. And with
yeah, Abuza tries to late pinch this.
Going to go for one of our first plants, but the island player of Abuza is down, and how this post plant has to make a decision: do we push up and scale forward, or are we trying to hold this at arch?
Honestly, he gets the kill. He's gonna wrap back with his team. I wouldn't mind if he pinched this shit too. Late played it because you know that this guy's the only one watching the pinch from deep. That's why you see Neptune. He has to play this now, expecting Paco is gonna full pinch this shit, and now they just have a 4v3 or 4v2 on site. So it's a heads up play by Paco because he's probably thinking that they're going to now be having one guy watch the pinch from it. And he just wraps back his team. Now it's 4v2. You see what I'm saying? That's going through Paco's mind right now. He gets the kill. Everyone's going to be thinking he pushes through. He says, fuck that. I'm going to make them tweak me about it. He just wraps back.
You got to realize,
you know what I mean?
Give up this bomb site control at courtyard, then you don't really have an angle. No one has yet to put themselves in a middle map position, but 0-4 trying to make up for it. Gets isolated.
Because you know that guy's the only one that's watching the pinch from that side.
So tough. I see what 0-4 is trying to do. Again, you try to just get a level deeper.
I thought 6-star was Major. Oh, I think you're right, Lieutenant Duck.
But there's just not enough space to do that. Abuza falling is really massively critical, especially at the timing in which he dropped.
Did we have any map that was only played one Major and then Champs?
Vancouver had a look at a post point there, which is different.
6-star Search, was that also Major 3? I'd have to look, bro. It's been a minute. No, yeah, because we played Vista at Major 3 as well. So yeah, I don't know if we would make a change after this Major. I don't know how that would work. Do you think Scrap should have played mid window like Ken was doing earlier, even if they won the round? Here? Oh, you mean like keep playing it? Oh yeah, he can keep playing it for sure. I think he just wants for sure numbers, and they probably know that, or they're probably gonna have this guy keep looking. I mean, he could play it for sure. I don't think it's a bad play to go with your team though, but I think if I was playing, I would probably stay there and just wait for your team to bang that shit out. But I think both would work.
Yeah, there's just nothing you can do from that position.
I agree though.
I see what 0-4 is trying to do. Again, you try to just get a level deeper to try to make this post plan a bit more dynamic. But
can you talk about how new maps getting added in and taken out affects teams and how the process goes to scrimming them? I mean, it affects teams because we don't play the other maps anymore. But I personally like it because it brings like a fresh new perspective to practice because we're fully learning a new map, and it kind of just brings a new life to practice, since a lot of the times, at least nowadays, a lot of the maps are kind of figured out already. Like, you obviously want to do specific things in specific situations, but you, at the most part, you know what you want to do as a team. But for these new maps, you kind of have to figure that out. So I think it's very fresh.
there's just not enough space to do that. Abuza falling is really massively critical.
For these other maps, it's more just cleaning
So
up
Thieves will continue to
specific
solve
mistakes
these
that like are created by the team in practice.
That's it, plainly.
But the way we want to play it, kind of, we kind of know already. You know, it's kind of already figured out for the most part. It's just about executing at this point.
So he wins the one-on-one. All of the focus now is in a 3v3 over towards the courtyard, and with them having the numbers technically and Hydra not committing on.
Would you like for a map added to be added or dropped to change every season? I wouldn't mind it. Or if the map doesn't play so well, like changing the hardpoint, what's it called? The hardpoint rotation, similar to how we did in like Karachi or like 6-star. If it's better in that new rotation, I think that's cool too. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a new map if it was like an actually good map, you know, and it was better than the current map set.
And towards the archway, so all tied up at 3, all defenses. Someone give me an offense.
Well, Sub-Texas and Stuns going deep over towards the backside at A. Neptune on the quick rotation over. Doesn't have a clean look at the bomb site, but can try to hold this offensive push.
Feels like LAT been trying to force A lot here. Actually was working that time. Paco late pinch right side.
But then they instantly put themselves in a numbers advantage.
Since EWC is partnered with CDL does that mean EWC will play it on CDL accounts? I actually have no idea.
And secure the final double for final.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works because it would need to be a CDL server based in Saudi, and I think that was the problem last time. Right? Actually, I don't know. Or aren't accounts region based? We would have to get EU or whatever it is, Middle Eastern Blizzard accounts. That's probably what the issue is. And a Blizzard support on the Middle Eastern side esports player, if that's even a thing.
Why not continue to try to make the same play happen over towards Arches? See if you can try to get this Thieves defense out. Remember the first round.
Would you like to have new maps that are unique to the game in 3 lanes, or do you think having remasters is better for certain games? I just want good maps. If they're remasters, if they're not, I just need them to be good, bro. I can care less. I would like some remasters just to guarantee that we have good maps. But originals, I would take over remasters if possible. Unless it's a really good remaster. But I want them to be good regardless. I think being good is core what you need first. And then everything comes after that. You watch CS or Halo or not really, but are you excited for DreamHack? Yes. I watch CS a lot. Not as much as I used to. I still pay attention every now and then, but going to that event's going to be dope as fuck. And Halo I don't watch much. I just watch like the OpTic team when they play like important matches, really. You're going to see this set up a lot on B site. One guy pushed up to this fountain here, and the other guy's just watching over him. One watches close, one watches as far. I feel like you're going to see that a lot.
Learn that lesson. Are they going to be able to check it? Does it make a difference? Scrap still finds the first. Envoy in a little bit of trouble, but doesn't make any difference. The help is going to allow him to get the regen. The first is Vancouver. Learn that lesson. Are they going to be able to check it? Does it make a difference? Scrap still finds the first. Envoy in a little bit of trouble, but doesn't make any difference. The help is going to allow him to get the regen, and then you push forward and you keep your numbers advantage. Beautiful stuff from Thieves.
And that's going to be bombed down, and at the same time, Hydra wins another.
It's funny, the way this map played in this match is so different than the way it was played in Miami, or not Miami, in Minnesota, Boston.
And he's able to find another first blood. Now Lisa Thieves at game point.
JP, when a team doesn't perform well, many roster changes, do you think the issue can be coaching issues? If players seems lost and make mistakes over and over? I mean, maybe. I personally, bias aside, I don't think it was a coaching issue, but it's possible. I think, I don't know. I don't know how much I would attribute it to it. It's very hard as someone who is a coach. But I'll tell you what, like when we were in that fucking rut, I felt useless because I was like, we were all talking about that stuff. We were going over shit, constantly going over shit, and it felt like it was never translating into matches.
able to find a 2v1 isolated
So, yeah.
pick onto 04, and now you can rejoin Envoy knowing the
Was it my fault? I don't think so, but fuck, maybe it was because I never got them to be on the same page with it. So, who knows?
Not gonna happen. And look at your minimap. Hydra's behind the play again.
Yeah, he was just trapped, and now you force your teammates to try to help you, and that opens up the pinch here for Hydra. Time to strike another kill onto Abuza.
JB, I'm confused why these maps can't be altered like Valor CSGO. If something is wrong in the new season, they will put a box in a certain spot, etc., etc. That's just an example. Maps should be able to be changed or faded. They should be, but that's with the assumption that the developer cares that much to change it. I'll be honest.
And Mirage, you can rejoin Envoy knowing the defenders here don't have any nades. This is absolutely brilliant in terms of a play call, but Neptune may have something just a touch better. Finds the first blood on this engagement.
Like open a lane or add an elbow. Again, it takes a lot of effort from a AAA studio to care about that.
And that opens up the pinch here for Hydra. Time to strike another kill onto Abuza. Nasty left in the 1v2. Try to keep his team alive here.
Especially when, again, yeah, like Radiation said, when the developer is done after this year with this specific map and mode, or sorry, not map and mode, with this specific map and game. But I'm from the 4th round to now. I mean, LET was just kind of running them. LET was really trying to work this A site too, and they were doing a lot of the same thing. Paco late play, right side. You saw it in the previous round too. But again, like I said before, this map compared to the Boston, Minnesota one is fucking night and day with what teams were doing. That's what it's fun to see at the start of the round is like, or not start of the round, the start of when maps get added is like, you can have one match that looks completely different to another match with how that map is being played.
I mean, that was as clean as you'd like from LA. I mean, that's 6.
All right, that's going to do it for me, chat. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for chilling with me. Oh, sorry, Wes Johnson. I appreciate the support in the super chat. Sorry, I didn't see that until now, but thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this little VOD session stream. Again, I will be uploading. Oh, it actually is already fully uploaded to YouTube, this whole stream. If you want to watch that, I will be uploading the Skyline versus Minnesota like breakdown. I'll probably do that tonight for anyone that missed it. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day. Let me see who's streaming right now. Who's streaming, chat? Who can I host? Damon's streaming. Damon's streaming some Warzone. Go watch Damon, bro. Give me 1 second. I'll raid Damon. Go watch Damon rip some wigs in Warzone. All right. Peace, chat.